All righty, race fans, we're about ready to go racing tonight in our Super Saturday show of racing here at the new Paris Speedway, the hottest quarter-mile racetrack in the Midwest. Here's the lineup for the first of our Hoosier Tire late model heats. On the pole, car number 22, driving the 22 tonight from North Liberty, Indiana, that's Kenny Krill. To his right in row one, the 47 from South Bend, Indiana, that is Lonnie Lepowski. Second row inside, driving car number 57 out of Elkhart, that's Devin Heimbaugh. To his right from Warsaw in the 69, that is Barry Lamb. Third row inside, car number 13 out of Elkhart, Moose Miller. To his right from Niles in the number 81, that is Lurch, Bryce Schaefer. And at the back of the pack, driving car number 2 out of South Bend, that's Ratchet, Rusty Keddick. 7 cars going 8 laps in the first of our Hoosier Tire late model heats. It's time to rock and roll in our Hoosier Tire late models on a Saturday night at the new Paris Speedway as they bring him up to speed out of turn 4. Mighty Mike Powers turns them loose. We're off and racing on a Saturday night at the new Paris Speedway. And as they go into turns 1 and 2, Kenny Krill in the 22 and the 47 of Lenny Lepowski. Front row, spinning out of control out of turn 2, brings out the first yellow in tonight's racing action before we could even get a half a lap in. Complete restart will come up. A complete restart coming up once we can get all 7 cars back under their own power and lined back up for a complete restart. Let's try it again, gentlemen. All right, Nick Yoder and Mighty Mike Powers puts them on their final pace lap. 6 cars going 8 laps. They'll be bringing it up to speed. We'll try it again as Mighty Mike Powers gives them the green. They're off and racing. 57 Devin Heimbaugh on the inside. 47 Lonnie Lepowski on the outside. Side by side racing into turns 3 and 4 as they complete lap 1. Your leader is the 57 of Devin Heimbaugh. Now here comes the 13 of Moose Miller in the purple number 13. He's up to second, and 69 Barry Lamb going to follow his lead into turn 3 to move to third as they complete lap 2 this time by. It's 57 Devin Heimbaugh, number 13 Moose Miller, 69 Barry Lamb, and now the 2 of Rusty Keddick, who started at the tail end of the pack, is up to fourth with 3 down and 5 to go. 57 Devin Heimbaugh trying to hold off the 13 of Moose Miller. 69 Barry Lamb running there in third. Now on the inside groove, looking for that number 2 spot at the halfway point. 4 in and 4 to go. 69 Barry Lamb now makes his way to the second place spot as Moose Miller shuffles back to third. But 57 Devin Heimbaugh stays out in front with 3 laps left. But the 69 of Barry Lamb decided to go to the high side in turns 1 and 2. And that separated the leader, 57 Devin Heimbaugh, just a little bit. But now Lamb back on the offensive with 6 down and 2 left. 6 down and 2 to go for 57 Devin Heimbaugh. 69 Barry Lamb, Moose Miller, and Rusty Keddick, your front 4. White flag will fly. They've got one more. 57 Devin Heimbaugh, 69 Barry Lamb. Battling it up front. But the checkered flag will fly for the pole setter, number 57, Devin Heimbaugh. 57, 69, 13. That's the way they finished 1, 2, and 3. Moose Miller in the 13 was third. 69 Barry Lamb finishes second. Winning tonight's first late model heat. Put your hands together for the 57 out of Elkhart. This is Devin Heimbaugh. '57 Devin Heimbaugh out of Elkhart is sponsored by Renegade Racing and Raleigh Williams Paint Spot there in Elkhart. He'll pick up the first checkered flag on the racing evening here at the new Paris Speedway. All righty then, here's your lineup for tonight's second Hoosier Tire late model heat, the second fast pack of the Hoosier Tire late models. On the pole, car number 14 from Argus is Michael Thayer. To his right from LaPorte, and the 94 is Frankie Lyle Jr. Second row inside, car number 5 out of Silver Lake is Jason Isley. To his right, driving the red number 95 is Radical Rich Bull from Plymouth. Like I said, driving the red number 95 tonight is Radical Rich Bull from Plymouth. On the inside of row 3 in the number 7 car, that is the D&M Property sponsor, number 7 of Keith Hankins. To his right door will be the 29 of Mike Redant from Plymouth. Fourth row inside, we've got the number 9 from Goshen of Hot Rod Rodney Spencer. And at the back of the pack, the 32 from Niles, Michigan of John Long. 8 cars, going to go 8 laps in our second fast pack of Hoosier Tire late models. They'll go 8 laps in this second 8-lap heat as they bring him up to speed out of turn 4. Mighty Mike Powers looks him over. He gives him the green. They're off and racing. 94, Frankie Lyle Jr. and the 14 of Michael Thayer. Now getting on the accelerator to come down alongside on the low side there as they come out of turn 4 to complete lap number 1. Pole setter number 14, Michael Thayer out in front. 94, Frankie Lyle Jr. on the high side. 95, Rich Bull running in third, and the 7 of Keith Hankins there in fourth as they complete lap 2. 14 Thayer, 94 Lyle, 95 Rich Bull. He was looking to make a move on the inside groove, but nothing doing as they complete lap 3. They got 5 more to go. Your leader is 95. Rich Bull almost going 3 deep in turn 3. He backed off wisely as Thayer brings him around at the halfway point. 4 down and 4 to go. Michael Thayer in the 14, 94 Frankie Lyle Jr. And Radical Rich Bull in the red number 95. He's trying to get around those front 2 cars, but time's running out. 5 down and 3 to go. This time by. Now number 7, Keith Hankins wanting to make a contention for the 3rd place spot. 6 down, 2 to go for the battle up front. 94, Frankie Lyle Jr. on the outside, making the move, a half a car length lead in turns 3 and 4. White flag will fly this time for 94, Frankie Lyle Jr. 14, Michael Thayer back on the low side. 95, Radical Rich Bull running there in third. And a checkered flag will fly for your winner, number 94, Frankie Lyle Jr. 94, 14, and 95. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. It was a 95 Radical Rich Bull having to settle for third. 14, Michael Thayer shuffled back to second. And winning tonight's second Hoosier Tire late model heat. Put your hands together for the 94 from LaPorte, Frankie Lyle Jr. 94, Frankie Lyle Jr. out of LaPorte, Indiana, is sponsored by the Lyle Family Racing Team. All right. Coming up next, the fastest of our Hoosier Tire late model heats. This is the fastest of our Hoosier Tire late models on the track. 9 cars to go, 8 laps. Your pole setter is the 21 being driven tonight from Albion, Indiana of Kevin Todd. On the outside of the front row, welcome back the 55 from Cromwell, Indiana of Justin Matson. Second row inside, car number 61. He's out of Syracuse. That's Travis Slaybaugh. To his right in row 2 from South Bend, the 101 of Ed Paul. Third row on the inside out of Elkhart, driving car number 87. That is Ty Hayes. To his right in row 3, the number 4 from Goshen. That's Todd Hall. Fourth row inside, he's your points leader, number 95, the Country Auto Center sponsored machine from Plymouth. Driving the white 95 tonight is Steve Stacy, your points leader. To his right in row number 4, second fastest qualifier on the day from Bristol, the 85 of Kevin Kosher. And quick timer today, number 58, getting fast time for the second time this year out of Union, Michigan, the 58 of Ronnie Maynard Jr. 9 cars going 8 laps in our third and final fast Hoosier Tire late model heat. Pole setter, 21, Kevin Todd out of Albion, Indiana, and the 55 of Justin Matson. Bring him out of turn 4. Mighty Mike Powers turns him loose. We're off and racing. And right off the bat, Justin Matson in the 55 takes to the point in turn 3. 21, Kevin Todd's back to second as they complete lap number 1. 61, Travis Slayball moving on the inside now of Kevin Todd's the 21 machine. 87, Ty Hayes on the outside groove. 95, Steve Stacy. Low side has the groove right now as they go to third on lap number 2. The outside groove kind of falling off the pace. 21, Kevin Todd shuffling back to the middle of the pack. 3 down, 5 to go this time around. 55, Justin Matson out in front. 61, Travis Slayball second. 95, Steve Stacy there in third. Here comes fast qualifier. 58, Ronnie Maynard Jr. at the halfway. 4 and 4 to go. 58, Ronnie Maynard Jr. looking on the inside of Steve Stacy. Not enough room in turn 3. 5 down and 3 more to go for 55, Justin Matson. 55, Justin Matson. 61, Travis Slayball, but a battle for second as 95, Steve Stacy goes to the outside groove on lap number 6. 58, Ronnie Maynard Jr. running in fourth. The top 3 spots where you want to finish as the white flag flies. They got 1 more to go. '58, Ronnie Maynard Jr. trying to get on the inside of Steve Stacy. Third place is up for grabs as the checkered flag flies for 55, 61. And we'll see how they score third place. It was 55, 61, 58, and 95 finishing third and fourth. That's the way they're going to finish. 58, Ron Maynard Jr. winning third by a bumper. 61, Travis Slayball was second. And winning tonight's Fast Hoosier Tire Late Model Heat. Welcome back to 55 of Justin Matson. Justin Matson out of Cromwell, Indiana, sponsored by Sherman Enterprises in Albion, Bailey Trucking there in Fort Wayne, National Oil and Gas in Bluffton, A Touch of Country in Shipshawana, and SCS Environmental Contracting out of Fort Wayne. All sponsors this 55 late model of Justin Matson. Here's your lineup for tonight's Fast Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. This is the fastest of our street stocks, the way they qualified today. On the pole, car number 4 from Elkhart. That's the 4-star car of Curtis Gray. On the outside of the front row, number 40 from Plymouth is Tricky Dicky Siddall. Second row inside, car number 17 from Syracuse is Bob Schisler Jr. To his right, our points leader, number 99, Mark Blessing out of Napanee. Third row inside, car number 50 from Warsaw, that's Charlie Cotton. To his right, the 5 of Jason Shepard. Fourth row inside, car number 15, that is Don Hunley. And to his right, the number 1, Goshen Collision Center Special of Al Maurer. Last row, the top 2 qualifiers, number 12, Kevin Gunkel out of Pierston, and fast qualifier, the 6 from Goshen of Dave Coleman. 10 cars going 8 laps in our Fast Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat as Mighty Mike turns them loose. Number 4-star car of Curtis Gray kind of staying in the middle, running a middle groove to hold everybody at bay. We're 3 wide in turn 3 back there in the middle of the pack. Everybody coming out clean as we complete lap number 1. 4-star car Curtis Gray up front. Bob Schisler Jr. in the 17 on the inside of the 40 of Tricky Dicky Siddall from Plymouth. They're battling for second as the 4-star car of Curtis Gray brings them around for lap number 2. 99 Mark Blessing waiting in the wings there, running in fourth. Single file behind him is 15 Don Hunley. That's your front 5 as they complete lap 3. They're going to have 5 more to go. Number 4-star car of Curtis Gray out in front of the 17 of Bob Schisler Jr. He's knocking on that left rear fender, trying to figure a way to get around him at the halfway point. 4 in and 4 to go this time by. Oh, and 99 Mark Blessing and the 40. Oh, we got them together back there at the back of the pack. Domino factor. Number 40, Tricky Dicky, went left in front of Mark Blessing, and then bang, bang, boom. That's the way it looked in turn 1 from here. And tough break for some of those drivers down there that's got some damage on that front end of their machine. 15, Don Hunley, he's got a front right that's a little less to be desired. 40 and 99 still able to go. Number 1, Al Mauer's got a hood flapping on it. But I think 6 and 5 probably have more damage than they would love to have on their machine. So we are at the halfway point, 4 in and 4 to go. We'll sort them out, get a single file formation restart coming up. 4-star car, Curtis Gray is your leader. Okay, we got 4 in and 4 to go as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Our leader is the number 4-star car of Curtis Gray. This is our fast Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. Tough break for Dave Coleman, number 6, fast qualifier on the day. I don't know if they're going to be able to put that car back together and get it back out here later for the feature or not. It's in pieces. Number 17, Bob Schisler Jr. restarts second in front of the Shep Dog. Number 5, Jason Shepard there in third as they get set to go back for 4 more laps as they bring it up to speed out of turn 4. Mighty Mike turns them green. Bob Schisler Jr. to 17, a run on the outside groove. Here comes the Shep Dog. Number 5, Jason Shepard on the inside. Bob Schisler Jr. trying to figure out a giveaway around the 4 of Curtis Gray as they complete lap 5. Schisler to the outside. Now Whiplash back to the inside. Not enough room as they headed out of turn 2. Curtis Gray staying on the low side all the way around this quarter mile as we complete lap 6. The 4-star car of Curtis Gray a little bit loose there in turn 2. Schisler thought he had enough room but had to back off to avoid any collision. White flag will fly. They got 1 more to go. Bob Schisler Jr. working the outside groove. Now here comes the 12 of Kevin Gunkel. He was going to try to help draft with him. Jason Shepard in third there in car number 5 as the checkered flag will fly. Watch for second as the 4-star car of Curtis Gray brings him home. 4, 17, and 5. That's the way they crossed the start-finish line. Number 5, Jason Shepard was third. 17, Bob Schisler Jr. settled for second. And winning tonight's fast Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat as he rolls up here to get the checkered flag. Put your hands together for the 4-star car out of Elkhart, holding everybody at bay. Let's hear it for the 4-star car of Curtis Gray. The second batch of fast Michiana Tire Street Stock Heats. In our second heat on the pole, the 68 from Elkhart is Mark Vance Jr. On the outside to 55 of Bam Bam Brian Cannon. Second row, we got the 18 of Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh and the 40 of Rob Smith from Syracuse. Third row is the 125 of Frosty Scott Frost and the 17 of Jason Slaybaugh. Fourth row, the 28 of Matt Burkholder and the 52 of Matt Sparks. Fifth row, the 121 of Mark Miller and the 10 of Hollywood Eric Kaiser. 10 more cars going 8 more laps in our second fast Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. Hey, 50-50 drawing tickets are on sale. Get yourself some 50-50 drawing tickets, Rex. Watch them now as they come out of turn 4. Mighty Mike turns them loose. 68, Mark Vance Jr. on the inside. 55, Bam Bam Brian Cannon on the outside. Bam Bam trying to work his way around Porky's Revenge, and he gets real wide in turn 4, using every bit of the groove in turn 4. 55, Bam Bam Brian Cannon. Here comes the 18 of Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh on the inside of 68 in turn 3. 68, Mark Vance Jr. holding them at the bay as they complete lap 2. 18, Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh looking on the inside as they go out of turn 2. Now goes to the high side. 125, Scott Frost is up to third. This time around, they'll have 3 down and 5 more to go. 68, Mark Vance Jr., your leader. It's 18, Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh still there in second. 125, Scott Frost trying to climb up at the halfway point. 4 in and 4 to go. 17, Jason Slayball's up to fourth, and here comes the 40 of Rob Smith. He's climbed up to fifth. 3 more laps remain in our second Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. 68, Mark Vance Jr. trying to hold everybody back. Trying to hold them off for 2 more laps as they'll have 6 down and 2 to go this time by. 18, Billy Rumbaugh right there in second. Trying to figure out a way to go inside, outside anyway to get his way to the front spot, but time's running out. They got 1 more to go. And the front 4 unchanged as the checkered flag will wave this time for 68, Mark Vance Jr. 68, 18, and 125. That's the way they finished 1, 2, and 3. The 125 of Scott Frost was third. 18, Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh had to settle for second. Boy, what racing we've had so far tonight. As they're moving right along, here is the 68, your winner of our second Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. Winning from the pole, put your hands together for the 68 of Mark Vance Jr. Mark Vance Jr., Porky's Revenge from Elkhart, Indiana, is sponsored by Jed Enterprises, Can Do Tire, Superior Tire and Axle, and the Muffler Man. All sponsors the 68 of Mark Vance Jr. All right, race fans, here's your lineup for our third Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. On the pole, car number 67 out of Milford, that's Mike Robinson. To his right in row 1, there's the 25 from Fort Wayne of Sheldon Lindlag. Second row on the inside, last Saturday night's feature winner here at the new Paris Speedway in the Street Stocks. The 88 from Elkhart is Speedy Bobby Prince. On the outside of the second row, the 03, that is the 03 of Tim Vitale. Tim Vitale out of Bristol driving the 03 machine tonight. On the inside of the third row, we got the 124 out of Goshen of Tim Davis. To his right in row 3 is the 13 fluorescent colored machine of Mike Miller Jr. Fourth row on the inside, driving car number 3. That is the number 3 being driven by Michael McManus out of Elkhart. To his right, the number 8 from Etna Green of Andrew Meads. And at the back of the pack, number 9 is Matt Buzzard. 9 cars going 8 laps in our third Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. All right, 9 cars going 8 laps as they come out of turn 4. Mighty Mike Powers looks them over. He gives them the green. They're off and racing. 3 deep going into turn 1. Back there in the middle of the pack. 67, Mike Robinson still out in front. Speedy Bobby Prince is up to second. Number 3, Michael McManus getting a little help from his friends as they complete lap number 1. 124, Tim Davis on the inside there, battling for that third place spot with the number 3 of Michael McManus. But up front, it's 67, Mike Robinson, bringing him around for lap 2. 88, Bobby Prince right there on the inside. Number 3, Michael McManus on the outside groove, moves to second in turn 3. Michael McManus driving the J.R. Chupp race car, number 3, trying to get his way to the front as they complete lap 3 this time by. Keep your eye on the red number 3. It's on the move on the outside groove. And the number 3 of Michael McManus trying to get around the 67 of Mike Robinson at the halfway point. They got 4 in and 4 to go. Robinson still your leader at the halfway point. 88, Bobby Prince looking on the inside, looking to make it 3 deep in turn 3. Michael McManus a half a car length lead as they come out of turn 4 to complete lap 5. Your leader on lap 5 is the number 3, but here comes 67 Robinson back on the inside. Wheel to wheel, door to door. That's the way they look as they come out of turn 4 with 6 down and 2 more to go. And with a clear pass in turn 1, number 3, Michael McManus is your new leader. 67, Mike Robinson's back to second. Bobby Prince is in third. The white flag flies. They got 1 more to go. Number 3, Michael McManus, driving the rear end out of that one as he's hanging on up front. And Michael McManus, car number 3, will catch the checkered flag tonight in our 3rd street stock heat. 3:67.88. That's the way they finish 1, 2, and 3. 88, Bobby Prince finished 3rd behind the 67 of Mike Robinson. Welcome back to the new Paris Speedway as he drives the number 3 tonight. This is Michael McManus. Number 3, Michael McManus out of Elkhart, driving the JR Chupp machine this evening. Picks up our 3rd street stock heat. He's sponsored by RSJ Chassis and Fabricators there in Goshen, Vortex Spray-On Liners in Elkhart, Goshen Collision Center, MC Aluminum Sales in Napanee, and Jim Machine Shop North Liberty, as well as Gary Durbin Engines, all sponsors of number 3, being driven tonight by Michael McManus. All righty then, here's your lineup. Our 4th Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat on the pole from Goshen, driving the 88. That's Jimmy G, Jimmy Goldsboro. To his right in row 1, the 102 of Dennis Baker out of Warsaw. 2nd row inside, car number 84, that is Bob Hunsberger. To his right in row 2, the number 20 being driven tonight by Chris Pratt. 3rd row inside, car number 89, Jeff Stetler. On the outside of the 3rd row, car number 7, Dan Shepard. 4th row inside, driving car number 8, Dan Brown Jr. To his right, the 71 of the Doughboy Larry Saunders. And at the back of the pack, driving the number 20, black and orange 20, is Travis Slaybaugh. And I understand that Alex Pratt is driving the orange number 20 up there on the outside of the 2nd row as Mighty Mike gives him the green. They're off and racing. 88, Jimmy G out in front. 84, Bob Hunsberger on the inside of the 102, Dennis Baker. And we've got a caution coming out as something came off of somebody's car over there in the billboard backstretch. A hunk of burning metal come off of one car. Down to 7. As Mighty Mike Powers puts them on their final pace lap. 88, Jimmy G, our pole setter, with the 102 of Dennis Baker on the outside groove. They'll be bringing them up to speed this next time. As they come up to speed, Mighty Mike Powers looks them over. He gives them the green. They're off and racing. And 88, Jimmy Goldsboro out in front of the 84 of Bob Hunsberger. 102, Dennis Baker back to 3rd. Here comes 89 of Jeff Stetler on the inside as they complete lap 1. '88, '84, '89 right now in the front 3 spots as they complete lap 2. I'm putting my money on a car that's got an 8 in the number. Right now it's the 88 of Jimmy G being hounded by the 84 of Bob Hunsberger as they complete lap 3. 84 Bob Hunsberger trying to figure out some way to get around Jimmy G. Looks to the inside in turn 3 now as they race for that lead spot. Jimmy G trying to hang on. He digs it in the dirt and brings him around as your leader on lap number 4. Good job of dirt racing for the 88 of Jimmy G. Here comes Hunsberger on the inside again in number 84. And the 84 Bob Hunsberger looking for the lead as they complete lap 5 this time by. They got 3 more to go. 89 Jeff Stetler followed his lead up to second, and Jimmy G and the 88's back to third. Car number 8 right there, that is the 8 being driven tonight by Downtown Danny Brown Jr. He's running in fourth. And number 7, Dan Shepard's up there on the inside, going to challenge for that number 4 spot as they work on lap 7. They'll have the final lap coming up as the white flag flies this time by. 84 Bob Hunsberger, 89 Jeff Stetler. Number 7 Dominator Dan Shepard's up to third as Jimmy G slips back to fourth. The checkered flag will fly for 84 Bob Hunsberger. 84, 89, 7. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. The 7 of Dominator Dan Shepard finished third. 89 Jeff Stetler out of Plymouth came across second. And winning tonight's 4th Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat as he rolls up here to get the checkered flag. Let's put our hands together for the number 84 of Bob Hunsberger. 84 Bob Hunsberger out of Etna Green, Indiana. Sponsored by the Bobbin Doctor there in Etna Green. He's also sponsored by Bradley's Auto Salvage in Tolma, Indiana. Homer's Hideaway in Warsaw. Fins and Feathers Pet Store there in Napanee. And Pop's Garage in Etna Green. All sponsors the 84 of Bob Hunsberger. Now here's your lineup for our 5th and final Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. On the pole, car number 84, that's Ed Wagner. To his right in the front row, the 20 of Rick Richardson out of Syracuse. Second row inside from Huntington, Indiana, driving car number 16, that's Jan Long. To his right, the 79 from Warsaw, Bruce Fernie Jr. Third row inside out of Kimmel, the 007 of Jack Brazel. To his right, the number 8 of Randy Huffman from Goshen. Fourth row, the 02 of Frank Paymaster and the 32 of Josh Summers from Napanee. And at the back of the pack, driving car number 11 from Goshen, that's Lenny Davis. 9 cars getting ready to go 8 laps in our 5th and final Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. Mighty Mike Powers turns them loose. We're off and racing. Number 20, Rick Richardson, out there on the front spot as they complete lap 1 is your leader, Rick Richardson. 84, Ed Wagner running second. Number 8, Randy Huffman now looks to the outside groove in turn 3. Your leader is Rick Richardson in car number 20 as they complete lap 2. Number 50, Hurricane Charlie Cotton trying to catch the rest of them as they go into turn 1 because we got them spun around over there. It's the 11 of Lenny Davis. And Lenny Davis is going to bring out the caution flag as he's set in the wrong direction down there in turn 1. All right, your leader is the number 20 of Rick Richardson. 84, Ed Wagner running second. Number 8, Randy Huffman there in third. The 79 of Bruce Fernie Jr. is fourth. 007 Jack Brazel restarts fifth in front of the 16 of Jan Long from Huntington, Indiana. Right behind him is the 32 of Josh Summers and the 11 of Lenny Davis. All 9 cars still on the same lead lap with 2 down and 6 to go in this, our 5th and final Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. Mighty Mike Powers gonna give him the green. They're off and racing for 6 more laps. Number 20, Rick Richardson, out in front. Oh, and there goes 11, Lenny Davis, around with a little help from 32, Josh Summers. Lenny Davis, number 11, get it refired. As we're still under green light racing. At the halfway point, 4 in and 4 to go. Our leader is the number 20 of Rick Richardson with number 8, Randy Huffman, running second. 84, Ed Wagner running there in third. 5 down and 3 to go. Battle up front, number 20, Rick Richardson, trying to hold off the number 8 of Randy Huffman. 84, Ed Wagner, and Jack Brazel in the 007 battling for third as we complete lap 6, this time by. Your leader's not your leader any longer, race fans. Number 20, Rick Richardson's over his time. The leader is the number 8 of Randy Huffman. He's your new leader. 007, Jack Brazel's now running second. And in third is the 32 of Josh Summers. He's up to third now as they work on the final lap. Checkered flag will fly for the number 8 of Randy Huffman. Eight, 007, and 32. That's the way they finish 1, 2, and 3. 32, Josh Summers will finish third. 007, Jack Brazel will cross the stripe second. And winning tonight's 5th and final street stock heat as he rolls up here to get the checkered flag. Put your hands together for the number 8 from Goshen. This is Randy Huffman. Facts and figures on number 20, Rick Richardson, who was out here leading that race. Qualified in today with a 1681, but zero tolerance, and we clocked him in traffic with a 1654 and a 1645. So Rick Richardson had to relinquish his checkered flag to your winner, number 8, Randy Huffman. Now here is your lineup for tonight's Fast and Furious Dayton-Daytona Mini Stock Heat. On the pole, car number 34 from Mentone in the lime green machine, that's Mark Hughes. To his right in row 1, the number 12 of Brian Allen. Second row on the inside, driving car number 1 from Bremen, Indiana, that's Craig Castle. To his right, the number 4 of Dave Castle from Napanee. Third row on the inside, car number 19 is Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman. To his right, a 4-time feature winner, number 83 is the kid Jeremy Dameron from Goshen. Fourth row inside, car number 13 from New Paris, that is Squidward Michael Landry. He lines up on the inside of one of the young guns in the Diamond Motorsports. Number 16 is J.R. Ryman. And at the back of the pack, our current points leader in the Dayton-Daytona Mini Stocks, the other half of the young guns in the Diamond Motorsports racing program, that is the 17 of Corey Ryman. 9 cars getting ready to go 8 laps in our Fast and Furious Dayton-Daytona Mini Stock Heat. They'll be bringing it up to speed as they come out of turn 4. Mighty Mike Powers looks them over. He gives them the green light. We're racing 8 laps in our Dayton-Daytona Mini Stock Fast Heat. 34, Mark Hughes staying out in front. Here comes Craig Castle in the number 1, looking on the inside, not enough room. They're still racing side by side, 3 wide there in the middle of the pack as they complete lap number 1. 34 Mark Hughes trying to stay out in front in a lime green machine. Here comes Craig Castle in the number 1. 83 Jeremy Dameron and a 19 of Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman working on the inside groove, running there in 4th as we complete lap 2. Oh, and 19 Jerry Ryman. Around goes Jeremy Dameron and 83. Caution flag coming out. Caution flag coming out. And 19 Jerry Ryman tapping out, saying, sorry about that. I am sorry. I'll go to the tail. So 83 Jeremy Dameron will get his 4th place spot back. As the true sport that he is, Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman says, that was my fault. I'll go to the tail. So we'll get him lined back up. Actually, Jeremy Dameron will get his 3rd place spot back as he'll line up behind the number 1 of Craig Castle. Your leader is the 34 of Mark Hughes in that lime green machine from Mentone. 4th right now, lining up in 4th on the restart, the J.R. Ryman number 16 machine. Then the 12 of Brian Allen. We're going back to racing. 2 down and 6 to go. Single file formation as they go into turns 1 and 2. 83 Jeremy Dameron on the outside groove. '83 Jeremy Dameron working on the outside of the number 1 of Craig Castle for that 2nd place spot. 34 Mark Hughes trying to hold him at bay as Jeremy Dameron works the outside groove to make his move. Also on the outside, trying to draft his way forward, is the 16 of J.R. Ryman. Halfway mark comes out, 4 out and 4 to go this time by. The front 4 cars battling for the top 3 spots with 3.5 laps remaining. It's Mark Hughes in the number 34 trying to hold them off. As they complete lap 5, they got 3 more to go. 83 Jeremy Dameron working on the outside groove, making his way to the front. Here comes J.R. Ryman in the 16. Second fastest qualifier on the day. 16 J.R. Ryman working on the outside as he's trying to catch up to the 83 of Jeremy Dameron, who was 5th quickest on the day. 83 Jeremy Dameron, your new leader with the white flag flying. He'll have 1 more to go with the 16 of J.R. Ryman now moving up to 2nd on the outside of the 34 Mark Hughes. Corey Ryman, fast qualifier on the outside groove, also making a move. Checkered flag will fly for your winner of our fast heat, number 83 Jeremy Dameron. 83, 16, and 17. That's the way they finished 1, 2, and 3. 17, Corey Ryman came across the stripe 3rd. 16, J.R. Ryman was 2nd. The 83 of Jeremy Dameron picks up our fast Dayton Daytona Mini Stock Heat. Put your hands together for your fast Mini Stock Heat winner in the Dayton Daytona Mini Stocks. That is the 83 of Jeremy Dameron. Jeremy Dameron out of Goshen drives the number 83 Mini Stock. He's sponsored by Victory by Design Chassis there in Goshen. Goshen Collision Center, and Triple K Graphics. All sponsors the number 83 of Jeremy Damron. Alrighty, here's your lineup for the second of our Daytona Mini Stock Heats. I'm going to go one with them. I'm going to give them the one-lap indicator here. It is the 43 of Tim Kidder. They're driving the 43 on the pole. On the outside of the front row is the number 10 of Tim Barrick. Second row inside, number 5 for Middlebury is Merle Yoder. To his right, to 21 of Keith Gunkel. Third row inside, to 24 there, that's Bob Huffman Jr. To his right, to 96 of Andy Kindig out of Elkhart. Fourth row inside, driving the white, number 47 out of Mentone, that's the Bulldog Gene Hughes. To his right, in row number 4, driving car number 88, that is Jim Newman from South Bend. And at the back of the pack, car number 14, that is Grubby, Kevin Grubb out of Pierceton. 9 cars going 8 laps in our second Daytona Mini Stock Heat. Mighty Mike Powers looks him over. He gives him the green. They're off and racing. 43, Mad Max Schaefer, actually being driven tonight by Tim Kidder, the stickman, or Tim Kidder in the 43 tonight. Tim Kidder brings him around here as your leader on lap number 1. The stickman, number 10, Tim Barrick's on the outside. Here comes Merle Yoder, the Ironman there, and number 5. He's staying on the low side, trying to move up to second. He gets out of running room and slows back as he's doing some Baja in there in turn 4. Ran off the racing surface and kicked up some dust, but we're still under green flag racing. Your leader is the 43 of Tim Kidder with the number 10 of Tim Barrick running there in second. 21, Keith Gunkel back there in third. The 24, Bob Huffman Jr. is in fourth. And the 96 of Andy Kindig. That's your front 5 as we reach the halfway. 4 in and 4 more to go. It is the 43 of Tim Kidder. Pole setter trying to stay out in front of Tim Barrick and Keith Gunkel. As they complete lap 5, they got 3 more to go. 21, Keith Gunkel on the outside. Now Bob Huffman goes to the low side. Going to try to move up to third there in turn 3. This time by, we're going to have 2 more to go in our second mini stock heat. White flag flies for number 43, Tim Kidder. '43, Tim Kidder out in front. The pole setter will be picking up a pole setting victory as the checkered flag flies for 43, Tim Kidder. 43, 10, and 21. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. 21, Keith Gunkel finishes third. Number 10, the stickman, Tim Barrick, held on to second. And winning from the pole in our second Daytona Mini Stock Heat. Put your hands together for the 43 of Tim Kidder. '43, Tim Kidder driving the Mad Max Schaefer number 43 car in competition. This car is sponsored by New Paris Auto Service, Creation Graphics, Sioux, and Squidward, and a whole bunch of others, all sponsor the 43 of Tim Kidder. All righty, here's your lineup for our third Daytona Mini Stock Heat. On the pole, car number 80, that is Michael Aikens. What's all that crap? All right, here they come out of turn 4. Mighty Mike Powers looks them over. He gives them the green. They're off and racing. In our third Dayton-Daytona mini stock heat, number 80, Michael Akins is your leader. 18, Donnie Kaufman trying to move up to second. Working on the outside, number 97, Mark Murray. He gets a little loose. 05, Jerry West running there on the inside for third. And there's the Leapin' Lee Atkins number 5 machine there in fourth. Then on back, it's a 37 of Shannon Buck and the 11 of Hurry and Henry Atkins. And at the tail end of the pack, the number 3 of Kurt Gunkel and the 88 of DJ Dave Eckert. And we've got the 05 of Jerry West spinning around here in the main straightaway. 05 Jerry West sitting there just on the inside of the main straightaway in harm's way as our leaders come out of turn 4. Caution flags coming out for 05 Jerry West. And he's unable to get her restarted there. 05 Jerry West sitting there dead to the water. And he's unable to get her refired. Looks like he's going to need a push right there in the main straightaway. Well, we got 2 down and 6 to go in our third Dayton-Daytona mini stock heat. Our leader is the number 80 of Michael Akins. Number 18, Donnie Kaufman running in second. Number 5, Leapin' Lee Atkins there in third. 97, Mark Murray restarts in fourth in front of the number 11 of Lenny Davis. Hurry and Henry Atkins. Restarting in sixth is the 37 of Shannon Buck, the 3 of Kurt Gunkel, DJ Dave Eckert in the 88, and 05 Jerry West. He brought out our caution flag, has to restart at the tail with 2 down and 6 to go. As they bring him back up to speed, Mighty Mike Powers turns them loose. We're off and racing in turns 1 and 2. Hurry and Henry Atkins on the outside of the 97 of Mark Murray trying to make his way to fourth. Leapin' Lee Atkins in the 5 trying to get around Donnie Kaufman's number 18 as we complete lap 3. And number 5, Leapin' Lee Atkins up to second. Actually, he's your new leader as number 80, Michael Akins, is over his time. We'll have the facts and figures on him here in just a minute as we reach the halfway point. 4 in and 4 to go. Number 18, Donnie Kaufman now going to the infield as he's got mechanical problems. Your new leader is the number 5 of Leapin' Lee Atkins. Number 11, Hurry and Henry Atkins is up to second as they complete lap 5 this time by. 37, Shannon Bucks running in third. 97, Mark Murray in fourth, and the 3 of Kurt Gunkel's up to fifth. Number 80, Michael Akins has to go to the tail. We've got 6 down and 2 to go. Leapin' Lee Atkins, car number 5 out in front of Hurry and Henry Atkins in car number 11. The Atkins racing team running 1 and 2 with the white flag flying. They got 1 more to go. And we got a spin in turn 2, but we're still under green flag racing as a checkered caution flag will come out. Caution checkered coming out to complete our third Dayton-Daytona mini stock heat. Caution checker comes out. Your winner will be the number 5 of Leapin' Lee Atkins. Number 11, Hurry and Henry finishes second. And the 37 of Shannon Buck brings home third. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. It was 5, 11, and 37. Here's the winner of our third mini stock heat. Put your hands together for the 5 of Leapin' Lee Atkins. Number 80, Michael Akins, who was leading that race earlier, qualified in today with a 17:44, but we clocked him in traffic. 0 tolerance with a 17:29 and a 17:26, and that's the reason why number 80, Michael Akins, was had to relinquish his lead to the number 5 of Leapin' Lee. Here's your lineup for tonight's fourth Daytona Mini Stock Heat. On the pole, car number 25 from Goshen is John Yoder. To his right, the 85 from Elkhart of Rodney Archer. Second row inside, driving car number 7, that's Ronnie Baker. To his right, the 2R of Rochelle Strickland out of Syracuse. Third row inside, driving car number 5M from Waterloo, Indiana, that's Bruce Martin. To his right, in row 3 from Elkhart in the 41, that's the Fireball, Josh Dunn. And fourth row inside from Napanee, car number 48, that's PJ Miller. And to his right, the 0 from Waterloo of Paul Martin. 8 cars, 8 laps in our fourth Daytona Mini Stock Heat. As they bring him up to speed out of turn 4, number 0, Paul Martin, goes to the pits, and Mighty Mike Powers turns them loose. They're off and racing for 8 laps. 25, John Yoder, our pole setter, setting an early pace. 85, Rodney Archer, and the 7 there of Ronnie Baker, battling for that second place spot through turns 3 and 4. 1 down, 7 to go this time around. Number 7, Ronnie Baker out of Warsaw, into the side of the 85 of Rodney Archer. They drive through it. We're still under green flag racing. 85 Rodney Archer getting back on the accelerator. And up front with 2 down and 6 to go, your leader's 25, John Yoder. 48, PJ Miller's up to second. And the 5 of Bruce Martin, they're in third. 41, Josh Dunn's up to fourth. This time by 3 down and 5 more to go in our fourth Daytona Mini Stock Heat. 25, John Yoder trying to hold off the charging PJ Miller on the outside, and car number 48. We got the 2 rows up front working side by side, wheel to wheel as they come out of turn 4 with 4 in and 4 to go. Your new leader is the 48 of PJ Miller out of Napanee. The 5M of Bruce Martin makes a pass. He's up to second coming out of turn 2. And the 41 of the Fireball, Josh Dunn, working on the outside of the old Bandy Rooster. Number 25, John Yoder, he's back to fourth. As we complete lap 5, they've got 3 more to go. Working on lap 6, your leader is the 48 of PJ Miller. He'll be bringing them out of turn 4, and they'll have 2 more to go this time by. Number 5M, Bruce Martin from Waterloo, Indiana, running in second. The 41 of the Fireball, Josh Dunn. He's going to make a charge in the last lap to see if he can get around him. As the white flag will fly this time, they're on their final lap. Josh Dunn now in the 41, tried to look to the inside again, but unable to do it in turn 3, but the checkered flag will fly for 48, PJ Miller. 5, Bruce Martin, and the 41 of Josh Dunn. Well, that's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. It was 48, 5, and 41. 41, Josh Dunn brought home third. The 5M of Bruce Martin captured second in our fourth mini stock heat. And winning tonight's fourth Daytona Mini Stock Heat from Napanee. Put your hands together for the 48 of P.J. Miller. All right, here's our fifth and final Dayton-Daytona mini stock heat. Late model B feature drivers on deck. Late model B feature drivers on deck. Here is your lineup on the pole. Number 8 is Patricia Smith. 29, Chuck Harper. 77, that's Jerome Floorboard Voorhees. The 14 of Rick Kaiser. The 20 of Josh Smith. The 7 of Merle Neff. 86 of George Flowers. And the 29 of Paul Mishler Jr. 8 cars going 8 laps in our fifth and final Dayton-Daytona mini stock heat. Street stock B feature drivers, you're in the hole. Street stock B feature drivers in the hole. Late model B feature on deck. Street stock B feature drivers in the hole. Thank you as we complete lap 1 of our final mini stock heat. 29, Chuck Harper on the outside groove making his move. Here comes the 86 of George Flowers, almost 4 deep going into turn 3 on lap number 2. 86 George Flowers is your new leader with 2 down and 6 to go. The 29 of Chuck Harper running in second. And here comes Paul Mishler Jr. right behind him in the other 29. Paul Mishler Jr. on the inside going to second in turn 3. Charlie Harper and the 29H is back to third, but they're both chasing the 86 of George Flowers with 3 down and 5 to go. Oh, 77, Jerome Voorhees. He's getting a shave over there as he shaves the front end of that number 77, but he puts her in reverse and away he goes. It takes a licking and keeps on ticking. 77, Jerome Floorboard Voorhees. He's headed for the pits, though. He needs to fix something on that 77 machine as we're getting ready to come around here. Complete lap number 5. 5 down and 3 to go for 86 George Flowers and the 29 working the outside groove. That's Paul Mishler. Paul Mishler Jr. using every bit of the outside of this racing surface. There goes number 20 Josh Smith doing a complete 360. He's out of harm's way. We're still under green flag racing. 6 down and 2 to go. Wow, racing action at its best. However, your leader's not your leader any longer. 86 George Flowers is over his time. We'll have the facts and figures on him. Your new leader is at 29 of Paul Mishler Jr. with 1 lap to go. The 7 in of Merle Neff is running second. 29 Chuck Harper's in third right now as they're on their final lap. 2 more turns remain for Paul Mishler Jr. And Josh Smith again digging in the dirt as the checkered flag flies for 29 Paul Mishler Jr. 29, 7, and 29. That's the way they finish 1, 2, and 3. Because they're the only 3 cars I think still headed in the right direction. Number 29, Charlie Harper finishes third. 7, Merle Neff finished second. And winning tonight's fifth and final Dayton-Daytona mini stock heat. Put your hands together for the 29M. That's Paul Mishler Jr. All right, race fans, here's your lineup for tonight's 20 lap Hoosier Tire Late Model B feature. On the pole, car number 47 out of South Bend, that's Lonnie Lepowski. On the outside of the front row, driving car number 57 from Elkhart, that is Devin Heimbaugh. Second row on the inside out of Warsaw, car number 69, that is Barry Lamb. To his right in row 2 from Elkhart, car number 13, that's Moose Miller. Third row inside, driving car number 81 from Niles, Michigan. They call him Lurch. That is the big guy himself, Bryce Schaefer. On the outside of row 3 from South Bend, Indiana, driving car number 2, they call him Ratchet Rusty. That's Rusty Keddick. Fourth row on the inside, driving car number 14 out of Argus, that is Michael Thayer. And to his right, in row number 4, driving car number 22 tonight from North Liberty, that is Kenny Krill. 8 cars going 20 laps in tonight's Hoosier Tire Late Model B feature as Nick Yoder puts them on their final pace lap, this time by Tricky Nicky Yoder, back once again here at the new Paris Speedway. It's good to have Nick Yoder back on the flag stand for our feature racing program. Mighty Mike Powers and Nick Yoder doing a great job tonight for us as they bring it up to speed out of turn 4. Nick looks him over. He gives him the green. They're off and racing for 20 laps. 47, Lonnie Lepowski from South Bend staying out in front. 57, Devin Heimball racing on the outside group. 69, Barry Lamb knocking on the door on the inside as they complete lap 1. 69, Barry Lamb looking to the inside, coming out of turn 2. 69, Barry Lamb getting the lead in turn 3 as he stays on the low side. Your new leader on lap 2 is 69, Barry Lamb. 57, Devin Heimball into the front nose of the 81 of Bryce Schaefer. 57, Devin Heimball doing a great job of driving to maintain. 81, Bryce Schaefer, debris falling off of his machine. He's got parts and pieces going everywhere. Caution flag coming out as we've got debris in turn 3 from a piece that flew off the 81 of Lurch's machine. Bryce Schaefer losing parts and pieces all over the track. That brings out a caution as we got parts and pieces flying off that 81 front right and the front spoiler of the 81 of Bryce Schaefer's machine. As they bring him up to speed out of turn 4, Nick Yoder turns him loose. He turns them loose. They're off and racing for 17 laps. '69. Oh, and there's a tap, and around goes Lonnie Lepowski in the 47. 57, Devin Heimball getting into the back of the 47. Heimball's got damage on the front right of his machine. And 47, of course, is spun around in turn 4. Yeah, it looks like they took that front right fender off the 57 of Devin Heimball. He'll restart at the tail. As some of these late models, before it's over with, are going to look like modifieds. Trying to get these guys lined up in their proper positions. 3 down, 17 to go. So far this year, the 22 car has 2 B feature wins under its belt. Right now being driven tonight by Kenny Krill. I don't know if he'll make it or not. I don't know if he'll be able to make it a 3rd feature win in the B features for that number 22 car. Rusty Keddick, number 2, has got a B feature win. All right, 3 down, 17 to go. 69, Barry Lamb is our leader. 47, Lonnie Lepowski gets his spot back as Devin Heimball tapped out. 81, Bryce Schaefer's up to 3rd. 14, Michael Thayer there in 4th. And the number 2 of Rusty Keddick. Top 5 cars getting ready to go. 3 down, 17 to go as they bring it up to speed out of turn 4. Nick turns them loose. We're off and racing. 69, Barry Lamb out in front. Here comes Lurch. Number 81, Bryce Schaefer on the inside of Lonnie Lepowski for that 2nd place spot as they complete lap 4. 81, Bryce Schaefer up to 2nd. 14, Michael Thayer has slipped his way to 3rd. Rusty Keddick's up to 4th as they complete lap 5. '69, Barry Lamb moving around here as your leader with 7 down and 13 to go. 81, Bryce Schaefer running second. 14, Michael Thayer's there in third. The 2 of Rusty Keddick's up to fourth as we clock in lap 8. And your leader's no longer your leader. 69, Barry Lamb over his time. Your new leader is the 81 of Bryce Schaefer with 9 down and 11 to go this time by. 14, Michael Thayer's running in second. Number 2, Rusty Keddick's there in third. 69, Barry Lamb realizes he's over his time. He's falling back at the halfway point, 10 down and 10 to go. '81, Bryce Schaefer is your leader. 14, Michael Thayer running second. Number 2, Rusty Keddick's in third. Your front 3 coming out of turn 4. They've got 12 down and 8 to go this time by. 81, Bryce Schaefer. With the spoiler just a flying in the breeze. He'll bring him around for lap 13. Six laps remain in tonight's late model B feature. The front 3 still unchanged. They'll clock in lap 15. They got 5 more to go as number 14, Michael Thayer, gives the 81 of Bryce Schaefer a little bump and run. Got him a little loose there coming down the main straightaway. Bryce Schaefer trying to do a good job up front to maintain control as 14, Michael Thayer's laying on that rear bumper with 4 laps left. 14, Michael Thayer trying to figure out some way to get him out of the groove and make his pass. This time they've got 3 more to go. 81, Bryce Schaefer. 14, Michael Thayer. A little bump and run again. Nothing doing. And now Thayer says, okay, I'm going to have to go to the high side. That's the only way I can see to do it with 2 to go. Number 2, Rusty Keddick will go to the low side. He's going to either try to get on the inside of Bryce Schaefer or make his move to second. White flag will fly. They got 1 more to go for this late model B feature victory. 81, Bryce Schaefer staying out in front. Rusty Keddick running second. 14, Michael Thayer on the outside, battling back to second. Watch him at the line for second as the checkered flag flies for 81, Bryce Schaefer. Number 2, Rusty Keddick crossing the line for second in front of the 14 of Michael Thayer. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. It was 81, 2, and 14. Michael Thayer out of Argus fell back to third. Rusty Keddick in the number 2 from South Bend captured second. And winning tonight's late model B feature, put your hands together for the Lurch. Number 81 is Bryce Schaefer. Number 81, Bryce Schaefer, picking up tonight's late model B feature victory. Picking up his second Hoosier Tire late model B feature, number 81, Bryce Schaefer, out of Niles, Michigan. Sponsored by Adventure Glass in North Webster, Lamb's Graphics in Warsaw, Bittersweet Auto Body in Granger, B&S Steel in Elkhart, and Schaefer's Racing Team. All sponsors, Lurch, number 81, Bryce Schaefer. For tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature, on the pole, car number 89 from Plymouth is Jeff Stetler. To his right from Warsaw, the 7 of Dan Shepard. Second row on the inside, driving car number 8 out of New Carlisle, Indiana. That's downtown Dan Brown Jr. To his right in row 2 from Goshen, the 71 of the Doughboy Larry Saunders. Third row on the inside, driving car number 20 from Syracuse. In that number 20 is Travis Slaybaugh. On the outside of the third row, car number 67 out of Milford is Mike Robinson. Fourth row inside, car number 25, he's out of Fort Wayne, that's Sheldon Lindlag. On the outside of row 4, driving car number 88 from Elkhart is Speedy Bobby Prince. Fifth row inside, car number 8 from Etna Green, that's Andrew Meads. To his right in row 5, in the 03 from Bristol is Tim Vitale. Row number 6, car number 124 from Goshen is Tim Davis. To his right in row 6 is the 13 from Elkhart of Mike Miller Jr. In row 7, driving car number 3 from Elkhart, that's Michael McManus. To his right, the number 9 from Goshen of Matt Buzzard. And in row number 8, car number 68 from Elkhart is Mark Vance Jr. And to his right, the 55 of Bam Bam Brian Cannon. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cars going 20 laps in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature. 16 cars going 20 laps in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature as Nick Yoder puts them on their final pace lap. "16 cars going 20 laps as they bring them up to speed out of turn 4. 89 Jeff Stetler and Dan Shepard. The front row brings them up to speed. Nick Yoder turns them loose as we go into turns 1 and 2. Oh, and their little wiggle at the back of the pack. Look out, 88 Bobby Prince and the 03 Tim Vitale getting together in turn 2. Caution flag comes out for 88 Bobby Prince and some other friends, including the 03 of Tim Vitale. He got pinched between the 88 of Bobby Prince and that number 2 turn. So we've got a caution flag coming out and a complete restart coming up in just a minute. All right. About to go back to green flag racing for 20 laps. A complete restart. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. We still got all 16 cars to go 20 laps in our Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature as Nick Yoder gives them the green. They're off and racing. 89 Jeff Stetler out in front. Heading down into turn 1. He is your leader. This time around, we'll have 1 lap in for 89 Jeff Stetler. All right, working around here on lap number 3. Our leader is the 89 of Jeff Stetler. Number 8 being driven tonight. Oh, by that guy. 3 deep as they go into turn 3. 89 Jeff Stetler up front. Travis Slaybaugh, the number 20 tonight, moving up to second.
number 87. He's 8th in the points. He was 5th fastest with a 13:53. Only 12/100ths of a second separates the top 5 fastest qualifiers in the Hoosier Tire late models. They'll be out in a little bit. Let's give you some exciting street stock feature action as our Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature goes back to green flag racing with 5 down and 15 to go. 89 Jeff Stetler out of Plymouth is our leader. 124 Tim Davis out of Goshen's running there on the outside groove as they're back under green flag racing there in turn 3. They're working side by side, door to door as they come out of turn 4 to complete lap number 6. 25 Sheldon Lindlag out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, moving up to 3rd. 67 Mike Robinson there to 4th. Mike Robinson in the 67s out of Milford. Now 124 Tim Davis making the pass around Jeff Stetler for the lead on lap number 7. Speaking of number 7, the number 7 out of Warsaw, Dan Shepard, was sitting in the infield there, out of harm's way. He goes a lap down as he restarts it and gets it to the tail end of the pack. 8 laps down, 12 to go this time by for the 124 Tim Davis out of Goshen. 25 Sheldon Lindlag out of Fort Wayne, out here for the second time in 2 weeks, making his way to second. Look who's driving the number 3 JR Chump machine tonight. It is Michael McManus from Elkhart. He's already picked up a heat win earlier in the street stocks and earlier competition, and he's already made his way to 3rd. As the number 3 of Michael McManus out here for the first time tonight, driving the number 3 JR Chump machine. At the halfway point, 10 down and 10 to go, he's up to 3rd. 67 Mike Robinson running in 4th. And the fluorescent number 13 pick-em-up truck of Mike Miller Jr. out of Elkhart is up to 5th. 11 down and 9 to go for the 124 Tim Davis out of Goshen. He's doing a good job in that heavy Chevy. That's number 124 staying out in front. Front 5 still unchanged as they clock in lap 12 this time, but there's a little bump and run on the number 25 of Sheldon Lindlag by the number 3 of Michael McManus. He's trying to make his way up to second. Sheldon Lindlag out of Fort Wayne did a great job to maintain control of that number 25 machine there in turn 4. This time by 124 Tim Davis will cross the stripe in front of me right now for lap number 13. They got 7 more to go. 25 Sheldon Lindlag running second. Number 3 Michael McManus is his 3rd. 67 Mike Robinson's in 4th. The 13 of Mike Miller Jr. still in 5th. Then running in the 6th place spot is the number 8 of Downtown Danny Brown Jr. He's driving the number 8 tonight. Downtown Danny Brown Jr. out of New Carlisle. Actually, that number 8 up there running in 6th is Andrew Meads out of Etna Green. I'm sorry. Number 9 is, of course, the number 9 of Matt Buzzard. He's running in 7th with 5 more laps to go. Back in 8th is the 71 of the Doughboy, Larry Saunders. He had to restart at the tail as he was involved in a caution a little bit ago. He's in 8th place, and there's a big separation, about a quarter of a lap between 8th place and 9th. 9th on back to the top 12. We've got 16 in and 4 to go. Your leader is the 124 Tim Davis, but number 3 Michael McManus is making a move in turn 3. He's down on the low side of the 25 is Sheldon Lindlag for that second place spot as they complete lap 17. Number 3 Michael McManus is up to the second hole. 25 Sheldon Lindlag back to 3rd. Now, Michael McManus in the number 3 JR Chump machine's got his sights set on the 124 Tim Davis. They're going to have 18 down and 2 laps to go this time by. 2 more to go as the caution flag comes out for that number 7 of Dan Shepard, who spins off at turn 2. He finally backed it up out of harm's way, but a little less to be desired. They're going to have 17 or 18 down and a couple of laps left in this Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature coming up September the 3rd on Labor Day weekend. So 4 more weeks to go after today to wrap up the season in 2005 here in our late models, our street stocks, and our mini stocks. 17 down, 3 to go as they bunch them back up single file formation in our Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature. 124 Tim Davis is the leader. Number 3 Michael McManus is running in second. 25 Sheldon Lindlag out of Fort Wayne there in third. 67 Mike Robinson's running fourth. Mike Miller Jr. in the 13 still there in fifth as they go back to green flag racing with 3 to go. Will the number 3 of Michael McManus find some way to get around the 124 Tim Davis? Let's find out as they go back to green flag racing. 25 Sheldon Lindlag still in check. They're in third. The front five unchanged as they go single file through turns 3 and 4. They got 18 down and 2 to go this time by. Now McManus looks to the outside groove in turn 1. Looks back to the inside. Tim Davis in the 124 heavy Chevy. It's like a 67 Chevy staying out in front as the white flag will fly. It looks like 124 Tim Davis will be picking up tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature with 1 to go. Tim Davis, the 124 out of Goshen, about to capture his third Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature this season as the checkered flag flies for the 124 Tim Davis. Tim Davis picking up his third Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature win on the season. Number 25 Sheldon Lindlag was able to finish there in second as the number 3 of Michael McManus somehow got loose on that last lap and finished back in 5th. So that's the way they're going to finish. It was 124 Tim Davis, 25 Sheldon Lindlag, and the 67 of Mike Robinson rounding out the top 3 spots. And Tim Davis picks up his third Street Stock B feature win in 2005. He's a happy camper. He'll come over here and get the checkered flag as we've completed that 20 laps in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature. And if we look at our racing schedule here at the new Paris Speedway, coming up on Thursday, next Thursday, August the 11th, will be our 4th annual Summer Sizzler racing program. The 4th annual Summer Sizzler $20,000 to win late model invitational right here at the new Paris Speedway, the hottest quarter-mile racetrack in the Midwest. We have got late model drivers from a tri-state area scheduled to be here on Thursday night. We won't be on Hoosier 103.5, but we will be live trackside here at the new Paris Speedway. Gates open at noon. They go practicing at 3 and qualifying at 6. As we go crashing and smashing at 7:30, we'll have a Hoosier Tire, we'll have a late model B feature, a C feature if necessary, and the all-important 100 lap $20,000 to win late model invitational. The top 20 fastest qualifiers will be locked in to that 100 lap race. It's the 4th annual Summer Sizzler $20,000 to win late model invitational. You never know who may stop in to say hi to the guys here at New Paris Speedway. New Paris Speedway as we set to go racing in our Hoosier Tire late model 40 lap feature for another Super Saturday show of racing here at the hottest quarter-mile racetrack in the Midwest, the New Paris Speedway. The cars are on the track. They're going to test and tune and warm up the tires just a little bit. Get that rubber nice and soft before we go 40 laps of hot racing action. Your lineup will be as follows. On the pole from Silver Lake, Indiana, driving the Triple K Graphics, number 5, that's Jason Isley. On the outside of row number 1, driving the Country Auto Center sponsored machine out of Plymouth, driving the red number 95, that is Rich Bowl. Second row inside, driving the Wade Construction sponsored number 1 from La Paz, that is Scott Ross. He was last Saturday night's feature winner in our Hoosier Tire late models as he picked up his first feature win in 2005. On the outside of the second row, driving car number 29 from North Liberty, Indiana, that'll be Mike Redan. Third row on the inside in the D&M Property sponsored number 7 out of Elkhart, that'll be Steve Hankins. On the outside of the third row, in car number 32 from Niles, Michigan, John Long. Fourth row on the inside, driving car number 9, that Pro Motor sponsored number 9, Hot Rod, Rodney Spencer. On the outside of row number 4, in car number 21H, he's driving the Honkin' Harvey Taylor number 21. He'll be driving this car tonight from Albion, Indiana. The number 21 is Kevin Todd. Fifth row on the inside. Back to the New Paris Speedway in a long, long time. From Cromwell, Indiana, driving the Sherman Enterprise sponsored number 55. From Cromwell on the inside of row number 5 is Justin Matson. On the outside of row number 5, driving the Creation Graphics number 61 out of Syracuse is Travis Slaybaugh. In row 6, from South Bend, Indiana, the D&N Racing number 101 of Ed Paul. On the outside of row 6, in the Jan's place, number 87 from Elkhart is Ty Hayes. In row 7, the Dave's Landscape and Maintenance, number 4 out of Goshen is Todd Hall. On the outside of row 7, our current points leader, driving the Country Auto Center sponsored number 95, that's Steve Stacy. And then in row 8, in the K&T Flooring, sponsored number 85 from Bristol, is Kevin Kosher. To his right in row 8, our fast qualifier, he's in the skid mark, sponsored number 58 from Union, Michigan, that's Ronnie Maynard Jr. And then our provisional, making it a 17-car starting grid, the number 94 from LaPorte of Frankie Lyle Jr., as he'll be starting 17 cars tonight, going 40 laps in a Hoosier Tire late model feature. All cars are ready to come out of turn 4. Our drivers are ready to give our fans a big salute. So as they come out of turn 4, everybody give our Hoosier Tire late model feature drivers a big send-off. Flick your bics, wave your hands, your hats, and your hankies, and say good luck, guys, and good racing. 17 cars going 40 laps in tonight's Hoosier Tire late model feature. Our starter on the flag stand tonight, back by popular demand, and of course, after a lengthy stay away from the new Paris Speedway, we welcome back to our flag stand our starter, Nick Yoder. Tricky Nick Yoder up there on the flag stand tonight. Good to have him back here with Mighty Mike Powers, as these two guys work hand in hand to make sure that these guys are racing side by side. As we've got 17 cars, 8.5 rows, ready to go, 40 laps as they bring it up to speed out of turn 4. Nick Yoder gives them the green. They're off and racing for 40 laps. And of course, it was kind of a staggered start. Nick will throw the yellow flag. So the caution flag will come out as we've got to get a little bit tighter of a start. They're on the outside and the front side. They got to be side by side coming out of turn 4, and it was like all the inside line was moving, the outside line was waiting for something else to happen, I guess. So we'll try it again. Complete restart coming up with 17 cars. It's like these three guys, 21 Kevin Todd, 55 Justin Matson, and the 32 John Long, not sure if they're really going to race or not. They're kind of like lagging behind, waiting to see what's going on up front. We're going racing as they come out of turn 4. Nick Yoder gives them the green light. They're off and racing for 40 laps. Up front, it's the 5 of Jason Isley and the 95 being driven tonight by Radical Ridge Bowl. Red number 95, Rich Bowl on the outside of the 5 of Jason Isley, but Isley stays out in front. He'll lead around for lap 1. The 7 of Keith Hankins down on the inside of Rich Bowl. And the D&M Properties, number 7 of Keith Hankins, right there trying to move up to second in the early goings as we complete lap number 2. Number 7, Keith Hankins into the back of the number 5 of Jason Isley, and around he goes. And it was the 7 of Keith Hankins. We got damage on the front nose of the 7 as he just booted the number 5 around as they were coming out of turn 4 to complete lap number 2. And so a caution flag comes out. We've got Hoosier Tire late models thrown out all over the track. Start right back there in the middle of the pack, about 7th in the field back there. So 87 Ty Hayes trying to stay out of trouble tonight, trying to keep the car all in one piece. He's had mechanical problems in the past weeks, and right now he's 8th in the points and trying to work his way up. Hopefully he'll make his way up to the top 5 before the end of the year. You got to realize he is just a rookie, and he has made some rookie mistakes. He admits that. But Ty Hayes right now restarting back there in the 7th spot as we go back to green flag racing. 1 down, 39 to go. Our leader is now the number 95 of Rich Bowl. He'll be driving that red number 95 in front of the USA number 1 of Scott Ross. Last week's feature winner in our Hoosier Tire late models is running in second. Number 9, Hot Rod Rodney Spencer's there in third as we complete lap 2 this time by. Restarting at the tail was the 7 of Keith Hankins and the number 5 of Jason Isley as they brought out the caution. Nobody tapped out on that. They thought it was a racing accident, so they both restarted at the tail, and that's where they're at right now as we complete lap 2. Working on lap 4, back up front, it is the 95. The red 95 being driven tonight by Radical Rich Bull from Plymouth. He's in the Country Auto Center special team, driving the red number 95. Steve Stacy still driving the white number 95. And he's moving forward. Right now he's running in 5th as we complete lap number 5. No, he's in 6th behind the number 4, Todd Hall, who's running there in 5th. 101 Ed Paul's in 4th. Number 9, Rodney Spencer's in 3rd. USA number 1, Scott Ross is in 2nd. Here comes Radical Rich Bull in the Country Auto Center Racing Team number 95, the red one, out in front. But the USA number 1 of Scott Ross is looking to the outside groove in turn 3. Scott Ross, last Saturday night's feature winner. He won the first one from the pole. He started tonight from the inside of the second row, and he wants that lead as they come out of turn 2. Number 1, Scott Ross is your new leader on lap number 8. 95, Rich Bull battling back on the inside groove as they come out of turn 4. We're going to have 8 down and 32 to go. Your new leader is number 1 of Scott Ross. 95, Rich Bull back to 2nd. Rodney Spencer's in 3rd in car number 9. 101, Ed Paul's running in 4th. The 4 of Todd Hall's in 5th. Then you've got 85, 95, and 87 rounding out the top 7. 85, Kevin Kosher there in 6th. And working the outside groove is the 95 of Steve Stacy. The Country Auto Center number 95 white car of Steve Stacy's looking his way to the front with 10 down and 30 to go. He's on the outside of the number 4, Todd Hall, battling for that 5th place spot. 85, Kevin Kosher's back there in 7th. 87, Ty Hayes is running in 8th. 21, Kevin Todd running in 9th. Then you got the 94, Frankie Lau Jr. rounding out the top 10. Then right behind him is the 61 of Travis Slaybaugh. 58, Ron Maynard Jr. is running in 12th. Keith Hankins, D&M Properties number 7 is running in 13th. Then back in 14th is the Jason Isley number 5. 29, Mike Redant back there in 15th. And in 16th is the 55 of Justin Matson. We've had one car that's already made his way to the pits, and that was the 32 of John Long. So only 16 cars still remaining on the same lead lap. This time around, as they cross the stripe, our leader is the USA number 1 of Scott Ross with 14 down and 26 to go. He separates himself from the 95 of Radical Rich Bull. Number 9, Rodney Spencer, single file right behind him as they go into turns 3 and 4. 101 Ed Paul's running in 4th. Then they've got double deckers coming back there for 5th. It's Todd Hall on the inside in the number 4 car. Then you got the 95 of Steve Stacy, our points leader, racing for 5th. 85, Kevin Kosher right there in 7th. 87, Ty Hayes is in 7th. They take complete lap number 16 this time by. 16 down and 24 to go in our 40-lap Hoosier Tire Late Model feature. The guys settled down a little bit after the 2 cautions early. We've got 17 down as they cross the stripe right now in front of me. USA number 1 is Scott Ross out in front of 95 Rich Bull. Number 9 Rodney Spencer running there in 3rd. Steve Stacy in the white number 95 is moving forward as he battles on the outside of the 101 of Ed Paul for the 4th place spot in turn 1. Side-by-side racing, 87, Ty Hayes trying to go to the outside groove. He needs a drafting partner. He's looking to get up there to Steve Stacy and help push him along as they complete lap number 19. 19 down and 21 to go. Next time by, they'll get the halfway signal from our starter, Nick Yoder. He's giving it out to the USA number 1 of Scott Ross. Halfway this time by, 20 down and 20 to go. Scott Ross looking to pick up win number 2 in 2005. He said earlier when I talked to him, that's what he wanted. He wanted to win back-to-back features in the Hoosier Tire Late Models. Even though he started up front on the inside of the second row, he was hoping he could get up there and stay up there. Right now, that's what it's looking like unless something else happens. Number 1, Scott Ross, right there. Matter of fact, the top 17 qualifiers in today's Hoosier Tire Late Model all qualified within 3/800ths of each other. So that's why it is tough for these guys to pass. Not much of a groove. Steve Stacy's trying to make his own groove on the outside as he works the 101 of Ed Paul on the inside for that 4th place spot on lap number 23. The white Country Auto Center sponsored number 95 of Steve Stacy on the outside groove. He loses a little ground there on that last lap, about a half a car length, still running in 5th as they complete lap 24. 24 down and 16 to go as they race through turns 1 and 2. Number 1, Scott Ross, down the billboard backstretch. He's got about a car length and a half lead over the number 95 of Radical Rich Bull from Plymouth, Indiana. Also driving the Country Auto Center sponsored team. Number 95 car. He's got the red one. Steve Stacy's got the white one, and Steve Stacy in the white, number 95, is still working the outside of the 101 of Ed Paul for that 4th place spot as they complete lap 26. 14 more short laps to go on the half mile, or on the quarter mile, here at the hottest quarter mile racetrack in the Midwest, New Paris Speedway on Hoosier 103.5 FM. The track packed with action, and we've got it right now as they complete lap 27. The Hoosier Tire late model racing as hard as they can. 5 weeks left. Tonight, they'll only have 4 more after tonight. Number 1, Scott Ross. We got a turn in turn 2. It is the D&M Properties, number 7 of Keith Hankins, who was back there in about the 13th spot. Ends up in the wrong direction in turn 2, and that'll bring out our 3rd caution flag in tonight's Hoosier Tire late model feature. 27 down and 13 to go for number 7, Keith Hankins. He's been back there at the back of the pack. We're back late model features here to New Paris Speedway, and he's up front with 13 more to go, but knocking on the door, driving the Country Auto Center sponsored number 95, the red number 95 tonight, is being driven by Radical Rich Bull out of Plymouth. Running in 3rd is the 101. Actually, the number 9 of Hot Rod Rodney Spencer will fall in 3rd in line, in front of the 101 of Ed Paul. Number 95, Steve Stacy, our points leader, driving the white Country Auto Center sponsored machine, right there in 5th. And he has got a pretty good run going for himself as he moved up from the outside of the 7th row up to 5th already. And so 95, Steve Stacy will restart there in 5th, in front of the number 4 of Todd Hall, who's sitting there in 6th. Then you got the 85 of Kevin Kosher, restarting in 7th. 87, Ty Hayes is restarting in 8th. 94, Frankie Lau Jr. will be restarting in 9th. Then the 21, Harvey Taylor Racing Machine out of Ligonier is being driven tonight by Kevin Todd of Albion, Indiana. A lot of race fans remember Kevin Todd, former Outlaw Super Late Model driver. And Kevin Todd will be driving the 21. He restarts 10th with 13 laps to go. In front of the 58 of Ronnie Maynard Jr. He'll restart there in 11th. He was our fast qualifier of the day, 58 Ron Maynard Jr. And he's had a hard time making his way to the front. Number 32, or 61, Travis Slayball restarts there in 12th. 55, Justin Matson right there in 13th. 29, Mike Redant from North Liberty is in 14th, and then the number 5 of Jason Isley rounding out the top 15 spots, as we did lose one a little bit ago. I believe, not quite sure who it was that actually dropped out. 32, John Long is not out there, I don't believe. Count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, 16 cars. Okay. I thought I had 16 cars on the track because we only lost the 32 of John Long. We lost him early in this race. So we got 16 cars still on the same lead lap with 13 laps to go, as Nick Yoder will put them on their final pace lap this time by. We're about to go back to green flag racing, as Nick Yoder and Mighty Mike Powers says, come on, guys, tighten it up. Single file formation restart coming up in tonight's Hoosier Tire late model 40-lap feature. Let's crank it up so you can hear the sounds of the Hoosier Tire late models as they make their way out of turn 4 this time by. They are loud and they are proud. The Hoosier Tire late models, as they go 13 more laps, and here comes your leader, number USA, number 1 is Scott Ross. He'll complete lap 28. Caution, or black flag coming out for the number 29 of Mike Redant. He's got a bad tire rub, or oil's just spewing all over the track on 29 Mike Redant. Black flag out to the 29 of Mike Renant. We can't get some tire rub as he's got a fender rubbing on that right rear. Tire smoke coming off that number 21. It's going to go slowly down with 30 down and 10 to go. Back up front. Scott Ross is our leader. 95. Rich Bull running second. Rodney Spencer in the number 9 still in third. 101 Ed Paul's running in fourth. Steve Stacy, our points leader, in the 95 is in fifth, but Todd Hall and that Dave's Landscape and Maintenance sponsor number 4 is looking to make his way up there. He's still in check, running in sixth. They've got 32 down and 8 to go. The USA number 1 of Scott Ross about to win back-to-back features in 2 weeks here at the New Paris Speedway if he can hang on for another 7 laps. And he's got a cushion between him and the 95 of Rich Bull. A good 4-car length lead as he clocks in lap 34 this time by. There goes Ross, there goes Bull. About 4-car lengths as he's pulling away from the rest of the field with 35 down and 5 to go this time for the USA number 1 of Scott Ross. 95 Steve Stacy, or 95 Rich Bull running second. Rodney Spencer running there in third. 101 Ed Paul and 95 Steve Stacy. Stacy made a look on the inside there in turn 3 to try to get down on the low side to get by the 101 of Ed Paul there on lap 36, but Ed Paul shut the door on him there in turn 3. 101 Ed Paul, the D&N Racing number 101, doing a great job up front. 37 down and 3 more laps to go for number 1, Scott Ross. Scott Ross sailing through turns 3 and 4 all by himself. He's got breathing room. Nothing but daylight ahead with 38 down and 2 to go. Here's the New Paris Speedway in our Hoosier Tire late model 40 lap feature. 95 Rich Bull running there in second. Number 9 Rodney Spencer. White flag flies for the USA number 1 of Scott Ross. Scott Ross out of La Paz, Indiana, driving the Wade Construction, Papchimski's construction-sponsored machine, picking up back-to-back feature wins in 2 weeks here at the New Paris Speedway. Number 1, Scott Ross. Number 1, Scott Ross winning back-to-back features in 2 weeks here at the New Paris Speedway in the Hoosier Tire late model feature. 95 Radical Rich Bull comes across second. Number 9 Rodney Spencer was third. And as he comes up here to get the checkered flag, put your hands together for the second week in a row to the number 1 of Scott Ross. 95 Radical Rich Bull across the stripe second. Number 9 Hot Rod Rodney Spencer out of Goshen finished third. In front of the 95 of Steve Stacy. He captured fourth, so the Country Auto Center sponsored machines finished second and fourth tonight here at the New Paris Speedway. Rich Bull held on for second. Steve Stacy, our points leader, finished fourth. And then the 101 of Ed Paul across the stripe in fifth. A good, solid finish in the top 5 drivers, and as he climbs out of the cockpit, put your hands together for the number 1 of Scott Ross. We'll get number 1 Scott Ross up here in the winner's circle and talk to him here in just a few minutes, but let's make sure to finish the top 10. Finishing 6th in tonight's 40-lap Hoosier Tire late model feature was the number 4 of Todd Hall. 85 Kevin Kosher came across 7th in front of the 87 of Ty Hayes. 94 Frankie Lau Jr. finished 9th, and the 32 of John Long round out the top 10. All right, we'll get our number 1 USA number 1 of Scott Ross up here in the winner's circle and have a few words with him as he wins his second feature in a row here at the New Paris Speedway. Right after this brief timeout on your home for Saturday night racing for the New Paris Speedway on Hoosier 103.5 FM. Turn to 1520. Number 12, Kevin Gunkel was second fastest with a 1521. Al Mauer's Goshen Collision Center Special was third quickest. Intermissiana Tire Street Stocks with the 1530. Then Don Hunley in the 15 was 1531. And the number 5 of Jason Shepard, 5th fastest with a 15:33. Only 0.13 of a second separating the top 5 fast qualifiers in the Michiana Tire Street Stocks. And of course, in the Michiana Tire Street Stocks, our points leader is the 99 of Mark Blessing. He was having mechanical problems earlier, and a lot of friends and family helped him out to get that car put out here so he could be out here for this race. Don Hunley's currently second in the points with 4 weekends to go after tonight. He's only 31 points back. Bob Schisler Jr. only 34 points back. And Bob Schisler Jr. and Scott Frost both tied for that third place spot. So it's still anybody's race in the Michiana Tire Street Stocks as we set the field for tonight's 30-lap Street Stock feature. On the pole from Elkhart, driving the D&M Auto Sales and Towing, number 18, that is Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh. On the outside of the front row, in the Hammers Pub and Grub Frog Tavern sponsor, number 40, that's Rob Smith out of Syracuse. Second row on the inside in the Two Dudes Garage, number 125, that is Frosty Scott Frost from Claypool, Indiana. To his right, in row number 2, driving the number 17, Schisler's Trucking, number 17, that's Jason Slaybaugh. Third row on the inside, in the number 28 from Bremen, is Matt Burkholder. To his right, in row 3, in the Pugley's Mug, sponsor number 52 from Milford, that's Matt Sparks. Fourth row on the inside in the Miller Boys Racing, number 121 out of Elkhart is Sparky Mark Miller. On the outside of row 4, the D&T RV Repair, number 10, that is from Millersburg, Hollywood, Eric Kaiser. In row number 5, driving the 4-star car out of Elkhart, that is the number 4-star car of Curtis Gray. To his right in row 5, in the Serv Pro Fire and Water Restoration, number 40 from Plymouth is Tricky Dicky Sedal. Sixth row on the inside in the Schisler Trucking, number 17, that is Bob Schisler Jr. To his right in row 6, the Drive Smart, number 99 from Napanee, Mark Blessing, our points leader. In row 7, in the CNC Race Car and Fabrication sponsor, number 50 from Claypool is Hurricane Charlie Cotton. In row number 8, driving the number, in row 8 on the inside, on the outside of row number 7 is the Shepherd's Racing, number 5 from Warsaw of Jason Shepard. Row 8 on the inside in the Riverbend Hose Specialties, number 15, that's Don Hunley. On the outside of row 8, the Goshen Collision Center Special, number 1 of Al Mauer. And in row 9, the number 12, Lake City Honda sponsors, number 12 from Kirsten of Kevin Gunkel. Fast qualifier, Dave Coleman in the Monty Tire, number 6. Machine doesn't look like he's making the start. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, only 17 cars making the start of tonight's 30-lap Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. So this time, as they come down out of turn 4, let's give our drivers a big send-off. Let's flick our bics, wave our hands, our hats, and our hankies, and say good luck, guys, and good racing. 17 cars going 30 laps in our Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. 99 Mark Blessing, our current points leader, starting on the outside of row number 6. Don Hunley, second in the points, will be starting on the inside of row number 8. Keep your eye on those two guys as they try to make their way forward. Like I said, there's only 31 points separating the top 2 spots. And Bob Schisler Jr. Scott Frost tied for third, 34 points back, with 4 weekends to go after tonight in the ever so hungry and ever so popular points chase here at the new Paris Speedway. Our pole setter is the number 18 of Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh. To his right, the number 40 of Rob Smith out of Syracuse. The front row will be bringing them up to speed this next time as they come out of turn 4. 30 laps on our slate for tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock feature as Nick Yoder gives them the green. They're off and racing for 30 laps. Into turns 1 and 2 and down the Billboard backstretch as they shuffle for position from the front row on back. Number 40, Rob Smith, trying to work on the outside. The Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh, number 18 of Rob Smith, is your leader on lap number 1. The 40 of Rob Rob Smith in that Hammers Pub and Grub Frog Tavern sponsor number 40. He'll lead them into turns 3 and 4. Your leader is the number 40 out of Syracuse of Rob Smith. 2 down and 28 to go. Rumbling Billy Rumbaugh, number 18, running in second. 125 Scott Frost now settles in there in third. Single file formation in the front 10 spots. 28 Matt Burkholder's running in fourth behind 125 Scott Frost. Then you got the 121 Mark Miller running in fifth. The 17 of Jason Slayball's there in sixth. Number 10 Eric Kaiser running there in seventh. Then from there on back, it's 52 Matt Sparks and 99 Mark Blessing, our points leader, battling for eighth. Number 40 Tricky Dixie Sedal's back there in 10th as they continue to work out of the billboard backstretch and through turns 3 and 4. This time by, we'll have 5 down and 25 to go for the number 40 of Rob Smith. 18 Rumbling Billy Rumbaugh running in second. 125 Scott Frost is in third as Rob Smith now tries to pull himself away from the rest of the field. He's got a car and a half length lead as he completes lap number 6. There goes Smith, there goes Rumbaugh. About a car and a half length lead as they go out of turn 2 and down the billboard backstretch. Number 40, Rob Smith. Fresh air is all he can feel in his radiator as he comes out of turn 4 to complete lap number 7. 7 down, 23 to go. Back up front, it's 18, Rumbling Billy Rumbaugh. Our pole center still running in second. Scott Frost there in third is car number 125. 28, Matt Burkholder's running in fourth. 121, Mark Miller there in fifth. Mark Blessing in the 99 on the outside of Jason Slayball, number 17 machine, running in sixth. Back in eighth is the other 17 of Bob Schisler Jr. In ninth is the number 10 of Eric Kaiser. In 10th is the 40 of Tricky Dixie Sedal from Plymouth. Then from there on back, it's 15 Don Huntley running 11th. Charlie Cotton has moved to 12th in car number 50. Then you got the Goshen Collision Center special number 1 of Al Mauer running in 13th. 52 Matt Sparks is in 14th. The 5 of Jason Shepard's back to 15th. 4-car car of Curtis Graves in 16th. And the number 12 of Kevin Gunkel rounding out the field. 17 cars still on the lead lap as they clock in lap 11 this next time by. 11 down, 19 more fast laps to go in our Michiana Tire Street Stock 40 to 30 lap feature. They're going 30 here at the new Paris Speedway tonight. And so far it has been clean and green as they'll clock in lap 12 this time by for number 40 Rob Smith out in front. He hopes it stays the way it is right now as he's got about a 2 or 3 car length lead over the number 18 of Rumbling Billy Rumbaugh. Single file as they head out of the billboard backstretch and through turns 3 and 4 in the front 8 cars as they complete lap 13 this time around. 17 Bob Schisler Jr. running in 5th right now, or running in 6th right now in the outside group. I think I seen the 17 was overheating a little bit. A puff of smoke coming out from underneath the hood of Bob Schisler Jr.'s car. Maybe on that last lap. I don't know if it was a puff of smoke or not. Seems to be okay now. Whatever it was must have been coming off the overflow as he's working the outside groove, trying to move forward as he works on the outside of the 121 at the halfway point. 15 in and 15 to go. Your leader is the number 40 of Rob Smith. 18 Rumbling Billy Rumbaugh is running in second. 125 Scott Frost there in third, and moving forward on the outside groove up to fourth is the 17 of Bob Schisler Jr. Bob Schisler Jr. trying to work forward as we complete lap 16. He's up to fourth now and looking to go even further as Bob Schisler Jr. knows if he wants to do anything as far as the points race, he's got to have a good one tonight as he's tied for third with Scott Frost, 34 points back off that pace. 17 down and 13 to go for the 40 of Rob Smith, the 18 of Billy Rumbaugh, the 125 of Scott Frost, and the 17 of Bob Schisler Jr. 18 down and 12 to go. We've been clean and green so far in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. Clean and green, that's the way we like to see it. As they work their way into turns 3 and 4, it's starting to bunch up a little bit there from second on back between 18 Billy Rumbaugh, 125 Scott Frost, and Bob Schisler in the 17. Frost now goes to the outside of the 18 of Rumbling Billy Rumbaugh. Bob Schisler Jr. kind of settles in line there, single file, They're going to have 20 down and 10 laps left this time by for number 40, Rob Smith. Rob Smith, car number 40, has never picked up an A-feature win yet this season. The only repeats in our Michiana Tire Street Stocks was the 38 of Darrell Click and the 1 of Al Bauer. Other than that, it has been pretty much, actually, Al Bauer is the only repeat winner in our Michiana Tire Street Stocks. The rest of them have been one A-feature, one after another. And number 40, Rob Smith, is yet to pick one up. As he's 20th in the points, this would be his first win in 2005 if he can hang on for another 7 laps. The 4-star car, Curtis Gray, make it an exit on lap 22. We got 23 down as your leader crosses the stripe for lap 23. 125 Scott Frost is up to second now. The 17 of Bob Schisler Jr. is up to third as they both get around the 18 of Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh. Time's running out though, 24 down and 6 to go. For 125 Scott Frost and Bob Schisler as they're trying to catch Rob Smith. Scott Frost has got an A-feature win. Bob Schisler Jr.'s got an A-feature win. But Rob Smith does not, and he's your leader with 25 down and 5 to go, and he's trying to get his first A-feature win in 2005. Scott Frost is running second. Bob Schisler's in third. They're tied for fourth in the points. They're battling it out right there in the second place and third place spots with 26 down and 4 to go. This will be an advantage for one of these two guys going into next week's racing program. 18, Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh, they're in fourth. Mark Blessing in the 99 now moving forward on the outside group as they clock in lap 27. This time by, they got 3 more to go. 125 Scott Frost, 17 Bob Schisler Jr. They've closed the gap. They're closing the gap ever so slightly to the 40 of Rob Smith. 28 down and 2 more to go. Is it enough time for Scott Frost and Bob Schisler Jr. as they draft behind one another? They're trying to catch Rob Smith in the last lap and a half. Will it be a last lap pass for the win? Who knows? As they come out of turn 4, we've got action in turn 1. Caution flag comes out. Caution flag comes out. It's 52 Matt Sparks, the 50 of Charlie Cotton, and the 12 of Kevin Gunkel. Gunkel into the wall in turn 1. Looks like a tire come off, and yes, he's throwing Sparks as he left a wheel behind. Number 12, Kevin Gunkel, headed for the pits. So we'll have a green-white checkered situation coming up in the completion of tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock feature, as we've got the first caution coming out in 28 laps in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock feature, and we have got somebody that really dumped water on the track. Stock competition along with the MCR Dwarf Series. On August the 20th, guess that's my birthday, we'll have our regular Super Show. And then on the 27th, the Napa Night. It'll be Napa Night. We'll be giving away all kinds of good Napa auto parts, and they'll be sponsoring our trophies for August the 27th. And the season championship coming up on September the 3rd. 75 lap features to round out the season here at the new Paris Speedway as we go back to racing for a 2-lap shootout. 28 down and 6 to go in our Michiana Tire Street Stock 30-lap feature. They got 2 to go, and battling for second is the 125 of Scott Frost and the Bob Schisler Jr. number 17 as they come out of turn 4. Schisler looks to the inside. Rob Smith, car number 40, staying out in front. Number 17, Bob Schisler Jr. trying to move forward. 99, Mark Blessing's up to fourth. 125, Scott Frost, that's the battle for second. A tag on our leader, number 40, Rob Smith, trying to bring him to home. The checkered flag will fly for number 40, Rob Smith. And I don't know about second. It was too close to call at the line. We're going to have to wait for our Kodak moment, our photo finish for the second place finish. We'll see how they score it. But we do know that Rob Smith will pick up his first ever Michiana Tire Street Stock feature tonight here at the new Paris Speedway for 2005. And the official finish on the Coca-Cola scoreboard in turn 3 shows that 17, Bob Schisler Jr. was second. Number 125, Scott Frost brought home third. 99, Mark Blessing was fourth. 121, Mark Miller was fifth. But your winner for the first time in 2005 in our winner's circle, number 40, is Rob Smith. We'll get Rob Smith up here in our victory circle up here in the track tower and talk to him here in just a few minutes. Wow, what a finish to this one with a 2-lap dash. And number 40, Rob Smith, was leading them around. 17, Schisler was on the inside. 125, Scott Frost was on the outside, about a half a car length behind your winner, number 40, Rob Smith. We'll be talking to him in a minute. And again, 99, Mark Blessing, our points leader, finished 4th. 121, Mark Miller was 5th. 28, Matt Burkholder finished 6th. 40 of Tricky Dicky Siddall from Plymouth was 7th. 15, Don Hunley finished 8th. Number 10, Eric Kaiser was 9th, and Goshen Collision Center Special number 1, About Maurer, rounds out the top 10 in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. We'll have our winner, Rob Smith, up here in the winner's circle right after this brief timeout on your home for Saturday night racing from the new Paris Speedway on Hoosier 103.5 FM. And earlier today in qualifying, 17, Corey Ryman, our points leader, was fast qualifier with a 15.75, just 1/100th of a second short of the track record set by number 9 gentleman Jim Engelmeyer back here a couple of weeks, who had a 15.74. So Corey Ryman with a 15.75. J.R. Ryman had a 15.85. Then, of course, the number 13 of Michael Landry qualified with a 15.96. 83, Jeremy Dameron had a 16.09. And Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman with a 16.11. So only 0.3 of a second separates the top 5 fast qualifiers in our Michiana Tire Street Stocks, or our Dayton Daytona Mini Stocks. And right now, Corey Ryman, our points leader, only a 37 points lead over cousin J.R. Ryman. Then Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman 68 points back. Jeremy Dameron's 80 points back off the pace, running there in 4th. And Dave Castle tied with Michael Landry, or actually Dave Castle 8 points ahead of Michael Landry in 5th. And that's the way they run down on our points. 4 more nights to go before the end of the season for our season championship. Now here's your lineup for our 20-lap Dayton Daytona Mini Stock feature. On the pole, driving car number 43 tonight, is Tim Kidder. He'll be catching the ride in number 43, New Paris Auto Service sponsored machine. On the outside of the front row, driving the Creation Graphics number 10 out of Goshen, is the stickman Tim Barrick. Second row on the inside, and the Wildlife Wonders Taxidermy Service number 5 from Middlebury is Merle Yoder. On the outside of the second row, driving the Lake Loop sponsored number 21 out of Syracuse, is Keith Gunkel. Third row on the inside, in the Masterscape Creation and Design sponsored number 24 out of Goshen, is Bob Huffman. On the outside of row 3, in the Industrial Installation sponsored number 96 out of Elkhart, is Andy Kindig. Row number 4, in the Nelson's Beverage number 47, that is the Bulldog Gene Hughes out of Mentone, Indiana. On the outside of the fourth row, driving the number 88 from South Bend, that's Jim Newman. Fifth row on the inside, in the Tranter Graphics sponsored number 14 from Pierceton, is Grubby, Kevin Grubb. To his right door, in the Lime Mean Green machine, number 34, Stuckman Auto Salvage sponsored 34 out of Mentone, is Mark Hughes. Sixth row on the inside, in the Depew Plumbing and Heating sponsored number 12 from Cromwell, is Brian Allen. On the outside of row 6, in the Bremen Bowling Lane sponsored number 1 from Bremen, that's Craig Castle. In row 7, in the All Brands RV sponsored number 4 from Napanee, Dave Castle. On the outside of row 7, in the All Brands RV Service number 19, from Napanee is Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman. In row number 8, on the inside, in the Victory by Design chassis sponsored number 83 out of Goshen, that's Jeremy the Kid Dameron. To his right, in row number 8, in the New Paris Auto Service sponsored number 13, that's Michael Landry. And in row 9, the number 16 Ryman Design sponsored number 16 of J.R. Ryman. To his right in row number 9, the All Brands RV Service number 17, current points leader, fast qualifier, the 17 of Corey Ryman. The young gun starting back there at the back of the pack in row number 9. Now, this time around, our Dayton Daytona Mini Stock drivers will be getting the one-lap signal from our starter, Nick Yoder. He'll put them on their final pace lap this time, as they had the wave lap just a little bit ago. I missed it, but all our race fans were waving at the drivers. They were all waving right back. These guys are ready to go. We got 18 cars going to go 20 laps in tonight's Daytona Mini Stock feature. The young guns, J.R. Ryman and Corey Ryman, back there at the back of the pack. And the 83 of Jeremy the Kid Dameron, a former track champion in her Daytona Mini Stocks. He's up there in row 8 on the inside. Keep your eye on him. He's trying to move up in the points. He's got 4 A feature wins under his belt. So he's looking for win number 5. As they bring him up to speed out of turn 4, Tim Kidder and Tim Barrick bring him there side by side as Tim Kidder turns. They're off and racing into turns 1 and 2. Our leader is the number 10 of the stickman, Tim Barrick. Tim Kidder in the 43 back to second as they're racing side by side all the way back to the end of the pack. 3 wide now through the main straightaway as they work into turns 1 and 2 on lap number 2. Number 10, Tim Barrick out in front. 21, Keith Kunkel running second. 4 wide as the 47 of Gene Hughes. He actually runs into the grassy knoll area there off the backstretch. It didn't help him much. It slowed him down a little bit as he got squeezed off the racing surface there on lap number 2. It is the number 10 of Tim Barrick out in front. 21, Keith Kunkel is now up to second. The 5 of Merle Yoder has shuffled his way forward to third. 96, Andy Kendricks in fourth, and we've got a spin in turn 3. A spin in turn 3 is going to bring out our first caution flag in tonight's Daytona Mini Stock feature. Not quite sure, but I believe it's the number 1 of Craig Castle over there. So Craig Castle bringing out the first caution with 2 laps down as he got sideways coming out of turn 3. I'm not quite sure if he got into or a little help over there, but we've got 2 laps in and our first caution coming out in our Daytona Mini Stock feature for that number 10 of Tim Barrick, the stick man, sticking it out front of the 21 of Keith Gunkel, who restarts there in second. Number 5, Merle Yoder, the Iron Man out of Middlebury, Indiana, restarting there in third, in front of the 96 of Andy Kendig. And then we've got the 88 of Jim Newman from South Bend running there in fifth on the restart. Don't know the relationship between 88 Jim Newman, if he's anywhere related to Ryan, who drives the number 12. But he's out here tonight in the 88 Mini Stock. Then you've got the 43 of Tim Kidder, restarting in sixth. 24, Bob Huffman Jr. there in seventh. 34 is Gene Hughes. He'll restart there in the 8th position. 83, Jeremy Dameron looking for a place to fall into. I think he's going to restart at the tail because he was involved in that caution. 34, Mark Hughes will restart there in 8th. Then right behind him will be the number 14 of Kevin Grubb in 9th. 47, Gene Hughes there in 10th. 19, Jerry Ryman 11th. 13, Michael Landry's 12th. The 4 of Dave Castle is in 13th. 17, Corey Ryman lines up 14th. The 12 of Brian Allen's 15th. The 16 of J.R. Ryman is in 16th. Number 1, Craig Castle, and the 83 of Jeremy Dameron having to restart at the tail with 3 down and 17 to go. Looks like the track is clean. We're about ready to go back to green flag racing here at the new Paris Speedway in our Daytona Mini Stock feature with 3 down and 17 to go as Nick Yoder puts them on their final pace lap, this time by. The 4-cylinder class, the Daytona Mini Stocks, only 80 points separates the top 4 in points. Corey Ryman, J.R. Ryman, Jerry Ryman, and Jeremy Dameron. Jeremy Dameron trying to do something with the All Brands RV Service Diamond Motorsports sponsored machines. They're running in the top 3 in our points. All right, number 10, Tim Barrick, will be bringing them up to speed as they come out of turn 4, and Nick Yoder gives them the green. They're off and racing. 3 down and 17 to go in our 4-cylinder Daytona Mini Stock feature. Number 10, Tim Barrick, out of Goshen, Indiana, brings them around here for lap number 4. Number 10, Tim Barrick, doing a great job up front, trying to hold everybody at bay as he drives that Creation Graphics number 10 around here. They'll have 5 down and 15 to go as the faster of the cars at the back of the pack are trying to make their way to the front. It's Tim Barrick in number 10, 21, Keith Kunkel running second now as they they head down the Fillmore backstretch and into turn 3. Number 5, that is Merle Yoder running there in third. 88 Jim Newman trying to get around the 96 of Andy Kindig in fourth. 43 Jim Kidder still in sixth. 24 Bob Huffman Jr.'s in seventh. 88 Newman got on the outside groove, got up into the oil dry and slid back to the 7th place spot. And right behind him is the number 19 of Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman trying to come forward. 19 Jackrabbit Jerry. There's the 83 of Jeremy Damron who started at the tail. He's already made his way up to the 8th place spot on the inside of the 88 of Jim Newman. Damron working his way, weaving in and out, trying to make his way to the front as we complete lap number 8. 17 Corey Ryman right behind him, running in 9th. Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman's back to 10th. As in the middle of the pack, that's where the action's at. Right now, back up front, though, your leader is still the 10 of Tim Barrett. 21 Keith Gunkel second. The number 5 there of Merle Yoder running in third. Number 4 Dave Castle went off the number 4 turn. And he's trying to find some way to get to the infield as the number 4 comes to a dead stop right here at the start-finish line, just in the grassy knoll area at the halfway point, 10 in and 10 to go. Dave Castle sent just offside of the start-finish line as they're working on lap 11. Now Dave Castle gets it refired. He'll have to hurry up and get out of the way as our leaders make their way through the main straightaway and into turn 1 and 2. Number 10, Tim Barrick out in front. 21 Keith Gunkel running second. The number 5 of Merle Yoder now looks to the inside in turn 3. The Iron Man, number 5 Merle Yoder running in on the inside for second. Here comes Jeremy Damron, car number 83. He's running in fourth. The 17 of Corey Ryman, our fast qualifiers, running in fifth as they work toward the front. 83 Jeremy Damron working on the outside of the number 5. He's looking for third as they complete lap number 13. Now he's looking for second into turn 1. Jeremy Damron. And there goes the 43 of Tim Kidder sliding off the main straightaway. He's out of harm's way into the infield. The battle's up front. Number 10, Tim Kidder on the inside. Jeremy Damron on the outside as they complete lap number 14. Jeremy Damron, car number 83, looking for the lead. Next time by, they'll have 15 down and 5 to go. 83, Jeremy Damron is your new leader with 15 down and 5 to go this time by. Number 10, Tim Barrick running second. Number 17, Corey Ryman fast qualifiers up to third. Here comes the 88 or 13 of Jeremy Landry. Squidward's up to fourth. 19, Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman's running in fifth. Tim Barrick's falling back. He's getting eaten alive as they go into turn 1 on lap number 17. 83, Jeremy Damron, your new leader. 17, Corey Ryman running second. Squidward, Michael Landry's in third and car number 13 as we complete lap 17. They got 3 more to go this time by. 19, Jerry Ryman's running in fourth. Tim Barrick's hanging on to fifth. Everybody's moving forward. J.R. Ryman's trying to slice and dice his way. He's in seventh as they complete lap number 18. 2 more laps to go for Jeremy Damron. The number 83, the kid, restarted at the tail end of the pack with this thing with 12 laps to go, and he is up front. Here comes Corey Ryman. We're going to have a battle on the last lap. The white flag flies for the 83 of Jeremy Damron and the 17 of Corey Ryman. Dave Castle in the way. Slower traffic up ahead. Corey Ryman makes the pass in the backstretch. The checkered flag will wave for your points leader, number 17, Corey Ryman. 83, Jeremy Damron has a flat tire as a tire went down on the 83 of Jeremy Damron's machine on that last lap. 17, Corey Ryman makes the pass. 13, Michael Landry will finish second. The 19 of Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman will finish third. Put your hands together for the young gun, our points leader, picking up another feature win tonight. His third feature win in 2005. Put your hands together for the 17 of Corey Ryman. What a race. 13, Jeremy Landry finished second. 19, Jerry Ryman was third. And then, of course, finishing in fourth was the 16 of J.R. Ryman. And then the number 10 of Tim Barrick finishes 5th in tonight's Dayton-Daytona Mini Stock feature. What a big race. What a great finish in tonight's Dayton-Daytona Mini Stock feature. Finishing 6th was, of course, the 83 of Jeremy Dameron, as he finished 6th after having a flat tire. Finishing 7th was the number 5 of Merle Yoder, 88. Finishing in 8th was the 88 of Jim Newman. Number 21, Keith Gunkel, finished 9th. And the 14, finishing 10th, was the 14, as we've got a discussion going on down here at the start-finish line between the 17 of Corey Ryman and the 83 of Jeremy Dameron. Jeremy Dameron not happy about the result of this race.
Here is your lineup for tonight's Mini Stock B feature. On the pole, number 85 is Rodney Archer. To his right in row 1, the 7 of Ronnie Baker. Second row inside, the 2R of Rochelle Strickland from Syracuse. To his right, or to her right, I should say, from Waterloo, Indiana, the 5M of Bruce Martin. Third row inside, the 41 from Elkhart of the Fireball, Josh Dunn. To his right, the 48 from Napanee, PJ Miller. Fourth row inside from Waterloo in the 0 is Paul Martin. To his right, the 80 of Michael Akins. Fifth row is the 18 of Donnie Kaufman and the 05 of Jerry West from Mishawaka. Then we've got the 97 of Mark Murray from Wakarusa, the 5 of Leapin' Lee Atkins, the 3 of Kurt Gunkel, the 88 of DJ Dave Eckert, and the last row, the 37 of Shannon Buck and the 11 of Hurry and Henry Atkins, as they get set to go 15 laps in tonight's Dayton-Daytona Mini Stock B feature. As Nick Yoder turns them loose, we're off and racing. '85 Rodney Archer out in front. Here comes the 5M of Bruce Martin squirting up to second. 48 PJ Miller's making his way to third as we complete lap 1 this time by. '97 Mark Murray now makes his way up to fourth. As the rest of the field battle for position, this time around we'll have 2 down and we got tire smoke in turn 3. 37 Shannon Buck headed in the wrong direction, looking to the wall in turn 4. So we'll have to see what brings out that caution. All right, 85 Rodney Archer going to be bringing them up to speed as they come out of turn 4. Nick turns them loose. We're off and racing for 14 more laps. The 5M of Bruce Martin from Waterloo making his bid for the lead in turn 3. 85 Rodney Archer back to second. We're going to have 2 down and 13 to go this time by for the 5M of Bruce Martin. 48 P.J. Miller working the outside groove. P.J. Miller trying to make his way to second. Here comes 97 Mark Murray on the inside of Rodney Archer. 85 Rodney Archer on a backward slide. And the number 85, he's back to fourth as they complete lap 3. 37 Shannon Buck trying to work toward the front. 97 Mark Murray on the inside of the 48 of P.J. Miller for second in turn 3. And Mark Murray now up to second as they complete lap 4 this time by. He's got his sights set on that 5M of Bruce Martin. He's trying to reel him in turn 2. 97 Mark Murray on the inside. Bruce Martin in the 5M trying to close the door, but not enough time as Mark Murray in the 97 moves to the lead on lap number 5. Oh, and 48 P.J. Miller and the 5 Bruce Martin tag in the main straightaway, and PJ back to fourth. Bruce Martin still continuing there in the 5M. Now moving up to fourth is the 3 of Kurt Gunkel. He's made his way up there. in the 3 car. Kurt Gunkel up to 4th with 6 down and 9 to go. 37 Shannon Buck running in 3rd now as he's trying to get up to the top 2 spots. Halfway mark will come out this time. We got 7 down and 8 to go for the 97 of Mark Murray. Number 5M, Bruce Martin running in 2nd. 37 Shannon Buck working the outside groove. He's out of Akron, Indiana. The 37 of Shannon Buck trying to work to the top 2 spots as they complete lap 8. 37 Shannon Buck on the outside groove up to 2nd now as they come out of turn 2. And here comes the number 3 of Kurt Gunkel. Keep your eye on him. He started at the back of the pack on the inside of the 3rd row, and he's working the outside of number 5 Bruce Martin for 3rd with 9 down and 6 to go. Battle up front between the 97 of Mark Murray and the 37 of Shannon Buck on the outside groove. Shannon Buck, number 37 from Akron, looking to make his move on the outside with 10 down and 5 more laps to go. Number 3, Kurt Gunkel now up to 3rd as he worked around the 5M of Bruce Martin. Here comes your 3 leaders as they come out of turn 4. They got 11 down and 4 more to go. This one's heating up to be a dogfight as well. The Daytona Mini Stock B feature. 37 Shannon Buck looking on the outside. The 97 of Mark Murray. Number 3 Kurt Gunkel right there waiting in the wings. 12 down and 3 to go this time. .37 Shannon Buck. Number 3 Kurt Gunkel. 97 Mark Murray trying to hold him at bay with 13 down and 2 more to go. 37 Shannon Buck on the outside. Kurt Gunkel looking on the inside as they come out of turn 2. A lap and a half remains in tonight's Daytona Mini Stock B feature. The front 3 cars battling it out. White flag will fly. The last lap will tell it all. Mark Murray in the 97. 37 Shannon Buck. Here comes Kurt Gunkel on the inside in car number 3 down the billboard backstretch. Buck in the wall. 97 Mark Murray on the outside. Kurt Gunkel on the inside. Checkered flag will wave for number 3 Kurt Gunkel. .397. Put your hands together for your winner of tonight's Mini Stock B feature. Number 3 is Kurt Gunkel. Number 97, Mark Murray, finishes 2nd. Number 11, Hurricane Henry Atkins worked his way up from the back of the pack to finish in 3rd. All right, here's your lineup for tonight's Valvoline Motor Oil Street Stock C feature. On the pole, number 84 scheduled there is Ed Wagner. To his right of row 1, the number 20 of Rick Richardson. Second row inside from Huntington, Indiana, driving car number 16, Jan Long. To his right in row 2 is the 79 of Bruce Fernie Jr. Third row inside from Kimmel, Indiana, the 007 of Jack Brazel. To his right, the number 8 from Goshen of Randy Huffman. Fourth row inside, scheduled to start there, the 02 of Frankie Paymaster. To his right, the 32 from Napanee of Josh Summers. Fifth row on the inside, the number 11 from Goshen of Lenny Davis. To his right, the 88 of Jimmy Goldsboro. Sixth row inside, the 102 of Dennis Baker and the 84 of Bob Hunsberger. And at the back of the pack, making it 13 cars, the 20 of Alex Pratt. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, only 12 cars making the start, as we are -1, and we're not quite sure who it is. It might be the 84 of Ed Wagner. All righty then, Nick Yoder, our flagman, our starter, right there on the flag stand, says one more lap, we're going to go green. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cars going 12 laps. In the Valvoline Motor Oil Street Stock C feature, the winner of this one will catch a case of Valvoline Motor Oil. Thank goodness that's all they catch. As they bring it up to speed out of turn 4, Nick Yoder looks him over. He gives him the green. We're off and racing. Number 16, Jan Long out of Huntington, and the 79 of Bruce Fernie. Here comes 007, Jack Brazel. Trying to get down on the inside. Jack Brazel out of Kimmel, Indiana, has been racing for 24 years here at the new Paris Speedway in the street stock division. And he's looking to make his way to the front as they work on lap 2. 007 Jack Brazel, your new leader in turn 3. And we got action in turn 4. Caution flag coming out. 02 Frankie Paymaster, number 11. Lenny Davis getting together there in turn 4. So the caution flag comes out with 1 in and 11 to go. One down, 11 to go. Lined up single file formation as Nick Yoder gives him the green. We're back to racing in our Valvoline Motor Oil Street Stock C feature. 16 Jan Long out in front. Here comes the number 8 Randy Huffman now up to second. Oh, and there goes number 11 Lenny Davis again around in turn 2. Caution flag comes out as Lenny Davis is a set and duck in turn 2. So another yellow coming out for number 11, Lenny Davis. Tough break for him. He's had a hard time keeping it in the right direction tonight. Leonard Davis, number 11 out of Goshen. Got a nice paint job on it. But if he doesn't keep it in the right direction, it's liable to be not just blue, but black and blue before the night's over. Good to see some of the cars from Huntington and the Fort Wayne area coming to New Paris Speedway in 2005. He'll be leading them around here. He'll be bringing them up to speed as they come out of turn 4. We got 1 down, 11 to go in our Valvoline Motor Oil Street Stock C feature. As 16 Jan Long brings them around, Nick turns them loose. Oh, and number 20, Alex Pratt, having some problems. He's into the dirt in the infield. Oh, and he's racing side by side with 88 Jimmy Goldsboro back there in the middle of the pack as we complete lap number 2 this time by. Our leader is the 16 of Jan Long. Here comes 8, Randy Huffman on the inside, making the pass in turn 3. Your new leader is the number 8 of Randy Huffman as they complete lap 3. There goes Lenny Davis around in turn 3 again. And number 11, Leonard Davis. The leaders are heading out into the billboard backstretch and into turn 3. Look out, brake check in the backstretch. Caution flag, guys. Number 11, Lenny Davis, another set and duck. That's the third caution coming out for number 11, Lenny Davis, and I think he's going to call this quits tonight as he's had all kinds of handling problems in that number 11. Your leader is number 8 of Randy Huffman in front of the 16 of Jan Long. 007 Jack Brazel lines up third on the restart as we bring him up to speed coming out of turn 4. Nick Yoder gives them the green. We're off and racing. Oh, and there goes Alex Pratt, number 20, still hanging on. He went sideways through turns 2 there. Man, Rick Richardson in a yellow and orange number 20 now up to 6. 007 Jack Brazel and the 32 and Josh Summers got together and traded some paint there on lap number 5. Summers now making his move to the inside for second. Halfway mark will come out. We finally got 6 in and 6 more to go. Oh, and there goes Alex Pratt again, digging in the dirt coming out of turn 2. And he's having a hard time. That trunk lid, that thing is full of dirt, I'm telling you. 7 down, 5 to go. Back up front, it's number 8, Randy Huffman. Josh Summers in the 32. Josh Summers, number 32, up to second. He's trying to make his way to the front. This would be his first. There goes 16, Jan Long, and the 007, Jack Brazel together coming out of turn 4. Fourth caution coming out on the night. This time for 007, Jack Brazel, and the 16 of Jan Long. And the 16 of Jan Long with a flat tire. Around he went. All right, single file formation restart. 8 down, 4 to go. Your leader is the number 8 of Randy Huffman. 32, Josh Summers running second on the restart. Number 20, that is Rick Richardson there in the orange and white number 20. He's there in third. 102, Dennis Baker restarts in fourth. Then you got the 79er Bruce Fernie Jr., 84 Bob Hunsberger, 88 Jimmy G, that's Jimmy Goldsboro, 02 Frankie Paymaster, and 007 Jack Brazel. 8 down, 4 to go to finish tonight's Valvoline Motor Oil Street Stock C feature. Number 8, Randy Huffman, has 2 C feature wins so far in 2005. He would love to pick up his third win. 32, Josh Summers. He's only been out here in the last month or so. Last couple of months. This is his first year of racing in the street stocks. 32, Josh Summers out of Napanee. He would love to pick up his first ever feature win here at the new Paris Speedway. 88, Jimmy G headed for the pits as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. 8 down and 4 to go as Nick Yoder gives him the green flag. Number 8, Randy Huffman looking for win number 3 on the season. Number 20, Rick Richardson moving up to second. Josh Summers back to third now as they complete number 9, maybe. 84, Bob Hunsberger had a hard time finishing that one. Hi, ladies. Number 8, Randy Huffman back up front. Then number 20, Rick Richardson running there in second. Randy Huffman and Rick Richardson battling for their third feature win in 2005 in the C features. Randy Huffman trying to stay up front with 1 more to go. Rick Richardson on the outside groove. Josh Summers in the 32 waiting in the wings to see what happens up front. Watch the line as they come out of turn 4. Checkered flag will fly for number 8, Randy Huffman. 8, 20, and 32. That's the way they finish 1, 2, and 3. Josh Summers in the 32 will finish third. Rick Richardson finishing just short in second and winning his third street stock Valvoline Motor Oil C feature in 2005 as he rolls up here to get the checkered flag. Put your hands together for the number 8 from Goshen of Randy Huffman. Number 8, Randy Huffman, picking up his third C feature win in 2005. He is sponsored in part this season by Mo Trailers there in Goshen, Northwest Specialized Trucking, Mac Tools, J.R. Anderson, Skid Marks, Glenn's Tire Service in Wakarusa, Russell's Automotive in Union, Michigan, Reed's Haul and Tow, Seward's Photography, and Creation Graphics, all sponsors of number 8 of Randy Huffman. For tonight's Daytona Mini Stock C feature on the pole, car number 8 out of South Bend. She gets the pole position again tonight. That is Patty Smith. Onto her right door, the number 29 of Chuck Harper. Second row on the inside, driving car number 77. That is Jerome Floorboard Voorhees. To his right in row 2 is the number 14 of Rick Kaiser. Third row on the inside, car number 86, that's George Flowers. To his right in row 3 is the 7N of Merle Neff. Fourth row on the inside, car number 20, Josh Smith. To his right, the 29 of Paul Mishler Jr. And at the back of the pack, car number 25, that is John Yoder. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cars getting ready to go in tonight's Dayton Daytona Mini Stock C feature. Let's give them the 1 lap indicator, and we'll give them 1 more to go. They've got their left turn signal on. 9 cars getting ready to go. 10 laps in tonight's Dayton Daytona Mini Stock C feature, our last feature in tonight's racing program. Patty Smith, our pole setter, will bring him up to speed as she comes out of turn 4, and Nick gives him the greener off and racing 10 laps. Patty Smith on the inside. Car number 8, number 14, Rick Kaiser, now going to the inside to compete for that number 2 spot as they complete lap 1. 86, George Flowers making a move on the outside groove. He's taking the lead in turn 2. George Flowers. George Flying Flowers, number 86. Brings him around for lap number 2. '86, George Flowers, your leader with 3 down and 7 to go. Patty Smith in car number 8 running there in second. She's trying to hold everybody at bay. She's staying her line. As the 20 of Josh Smith moves down the inside, he'll take over that number 2 spot as they complete lap number 4. Now Paul Mishler Jr. on the outside groove making his move in the 29M. He's up to 3rd. He's trying to make the gap a little bit slower and a little bit shorter as we get to halfway signal. 5 down and 5 to go for George Flowers in car number 86. Josh Smith in the 20. 29M, Paul Mishler Jr. trying to get up to the front. And Paul Mishler Jr. running in second now. Time's running out. 6 down, 4 to go this time by for 86 George Flowers and the 29M of Paul Mishler Jr. He's moving in fast. He's getting ready to swoop and swirl as he makes his way into turns 3 and 4. Paul Mishler Jr. reeling in the 86 of George Flowers. He's got him hooked. Will he be able to give him hook, line, and sinker with 3 more laps remaining in tonight's Dayton Daytona Mini Stock C feature? Paul Mishler Jr. trying to reel in the 86 of George Flowers. Time's running out. They got 2 more to go. 29M Paul Mishler now right on the tail of the 86 of George Flowers. White flag flies. They got 1 more to go this time around. Another last lap for pass as 29M Paul Mishler Jr. works the outside groove of 86 George Flowers. Watch him at the line as they come out of turn 4. Checkered flag will wave for 86 George Flowers. '86, 29, and 20. That's the way they finish 1, 2, and 3. Number 20, Josh Smith, finished 3rd. 29, Paul Mishler Jr. was second. And winning tonight's Dayton Daytona Mini Stock C Features. He rolls in there to get the checkered flag. Put your hands together for the 86 of George Flowers. '86 George Flowers picking up his first C Feature win on the season in our Dayton Daytona Mini Stocks.